Welcome to Quiet Lives. Before we drift into tonight's journey, if you find sanctuary here, please consider subscribing to join our community of rest. I would love to know which corner of the world you are finding peace in tonight and what hour it is where you are. Feel free to share your story in the comments below. Now, let's begin. The morning light filters through the tall, arched windows, painting warm golden stripes across the polished herringbone parquet of your Parisian penthouse. You stir, slowly, the sensation of fine Egyptian cotton against your skin, a gentle invitation to wake. The fabric, cool and smooth, shifts with your slightest movement, a quiet rustle. You stretch languidly, feeling the deep, soft support of the custom mattress beneath you, designed for perfect alignment and luxurious comfort. Your eyelids flutter open, adjusting to the brightness that promises a clear, beautiful day above the rooftops of the city. A soft, almost imperceptible murmur drifts up from the street below, the distant, hushed symphony of a waking Paris. It is not intrusive, merely a gentle hum that reminds you of your elegant perch high above the bustling activity. You turn your head slightly, feeling the silk pillowcase slide effortlessly under your cheek, its cool, smooth texture, a subtle luxury. Your gaze sweeps across the room, taking in the understated elegance. The pale, dove-gray walls, adorned with a single, abstract piece of art in muted tones, reflect the morning light, amplifying the sense of spaciousness. You bring one hand up, noticing the way the light catches the delicate lines on your palm. Your fingers, unhurried, trace the edge of the crisp white sheet, feeling its substantial weight and the subtle, almost imperceptible weave of its high thread count. There is a faint, clean scent in the air, a whisper of fresh linen, and something subtly floral, perhaps from a nearby arrangement of white roses you vaguely recall seeing last night. You let your hand rest there for a moment, simply feeling the cool, soft expanse of the fabric. A deep, calming breath fills your lungs, and you slowly release it, feeling a gentle expansion and contraction in your chest. The quiet rhythm of your own breathing becomes the most prominent sound, steady and reassuring. You shift your weight, carefully, turning onto your side to face the expansive windows. The view is a breathtaking tableau of Parisian rooftops, a sea of zinc and slate, dotted with charming chimneys and the occasional splash of green from a hidden garden. The Eiffel Tower stands sentinel in the distance, its silhouette soft against the pale blue sky. You lift your head a little, propping it with your hand, your arms sinking slightly into the plushness of the pillow. Your eyes drift over the details outside, a swallow darting past a window, too quick to fully register, leaving only a faint impression, a wisp of white cloud moving almost imperceptibly across the horizon. You allow your focus to soften, taking in the entire vista without seeking specific points of interest, letting the peaceful grandeur wash over you. The light continues to grow, painting new highlights on the rooftops, revealing the subtle variations in their aged surfaces. The room remains cool, a perfect contrast to the warmth beginning to build outside. You simply lie there, suspended in this quiet moment, observing, breathing, existing. The city below awakens, but you remain in your serene cocoon, perfectly still, perfectly at peace. You rise from the soft comfort of your bed, the cool parquet floor, a gentle contrast beneath your bare feet. As you step away from the warmth of the linen, the golden light which earlier bathed your room now beckons you further into the day. You move towards the dressing area, feeling the subtle shift in air temperature, a whisper of coolness on your skin. Your hand finds the silken sash of a heavy robe, its deep charcoal gray fabric exquisitely soft to the touch. You slip it on, feeling the smooth weight settle around your shoulders, the silk gliding effortlessly against your skin as you tie the sash loosely at your waist. The fabric drapes with an elegant fluidity, a small luxury for these quiet morning moments. With unhurried steps, you walk towards the double doors leading to your private terrace. The faint, sweet scent of coffee and warm pastries already reaches you, a delightful promise carried on the gentle breeze. As you push open the tall glass doors, they swing inward with a soft, almost inaudible sigh, revealing the full expanse of the Parisian morning. The air on the terrace is fresh and slightly cooler than inside, carrying a crisp, clean quality that invigorates without being sharp. You step out onto the smooth, pale stone tiles, feeling the slight warmth already absorbed from the sun. A meticulously arranged breakfast awaits on a small, round table, perfectly positioned to offer an unobstructed view of the Seine. The white linen tablecloth is impeccably crisp, its edges falling in soft, precise folds. Delicate porcelain cups and saucers gleam under the morning sun, alongside polished silver cutlery that catches the light with a subtle sparkle. A small, vibrant array of fresh berries, deep crimson raspberries, plump blueberries, and glistening strawberries, sits in a crystal bowl, their colors a cheerful counterpoint to the refined setting. Beside them, a basket woven from fine willow holds a selection of still warm pastries, a classic flaky croissant, its golden brown surface promising delicate layers, and a pain au chocolat, its rich, dark filling subtly visible. You settle into the comfortable wrought iron chair, its cushions soft and inviting. The slight coolness of the metal against the silk of your robe is a fleeting sensation. Your gaze drifts over the offerings before you, then out to the view. The Seine flows with a serene grace, its surface reflecting the pale blue sky, dotted with the occasional slow-moving bateau mouche. Distant bridges, intricate and timeless, span the water, connecting the city's banks. A faint, distant murmur of the waking city rises from below, a gentle, sustained hum that is more felt than heard, blending seamlessly with the whisper of the breeze through a nearby potted olive tree. You reach for the elegant silver coffee pot, its surface cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, a subtle, comforting weight as you lift it. You tilt the pot, and a dark, rich stream of coffee pours into your cup, filling the air with its invigorating aroma. The delicate clink of the porcelain as the stream begins, then lessens, is the only sound. A wisp of steam rises, carrying the deep, roasted scent directly to you. You set the pot down with a soft click, then lift the cup, feeling its warmth transfer through the fine china to your hands. The first, slow sip is a moment of pure, quiet satisfaction, the rich, dark liquid warming you from within. You close your eyes for a brief instant, savoring the complex notes, letting the gentle warmth spread. Opening your eyes, you reach for the croissant. Your fingers brush its flaky exterior, feeling the fragile resistance before it yields slightly. You break off a piece, a soft, dry crackle of pastry, revealing the airy, layered interior. The scent of warm butter and baked dough rises. Bringing it to your lips, you feel the delicate crispness, then the soft, yielding chewiness, the subtle, rich butter melting on your tongue, leaving the gentle warmth of the terrace. You step back inside. The cool, smooth touch of the polished marble floor, a welcome sensation beneath your feet after the sun-warmed stone. The soft echoes of your steps dissipate quickly in the hushed quiet of the grand hallway, a contrast to the distant hum of the city you just left behind. The morning is still young, carrying with it a sense of unhurried possibility, and a subtle, almost imperceptible scent of aged wood and beeswax guides you deeper into the quiet expanse of your home. You continue along the corridor, your hand lightly grazing the cool, smooth surface of a dark lacquered console table as you pass, the polished wood reflecting the gentle overhead light. The silence here is profound, broken only by the soft, rhythmic rustle of your robe, the fine silk whispering against itself with each deliberate step. Overhead, recessed lighting casts a gentle, even glow, illuminating the subtle, almost imperceptible texture of the silk wallpaper that lines the walls, a deep, muted tone that absorbs sound and light, creating a quiet cocoon. Each step is unhurried, a quiet procession towards a specific destination, allowing the mind to clear and settle into the present moment. You feel the subtle cushioning of the thick runner beneath your feet, a deep pile that dampens sound and invites slow movement. As you approach a set of tall, unmarked double doors, crafted from a rich dark wood, they seem to anticipate your arrival, swinging open with an almost imperceptible whisper of air as you push them gently with the flat of your hand. You step across the threshold into your private gallery, and the atmosphere shifts subtly. The air here is still, temperature-controlled to preserve the delicate art, carrying a faint, clean scent of canvas, fine pigments, and perhaps a distant hint of polished wood. The light changes, becoming softer, more diffused, designed to illuminate the treasures within without harshness, creating a focused, reverent space. The walls are a deep, calming gray, a carefully chosen backdrop that allows each piece to truly command attention, absorbing any visual distraction. Your gaze immediately settles on the focal point of the room, a newly acquired canvas unveiled just this morning, waiting patiently for your private contemplation. It rests on a pristine white pedestal, its clean lines contrasting with the rich texture of the art, bathed in a soft, ethereal glow from a hidden light source above. You approach it slowly, each deliberate step cushioned by the thick, plush wool carpet that silences any sound, making your presence almost ghost-like. The silence in this space is absolute, creating a sense of profound intimacy, as if the artwork is speaking only to you. As you draw closer, the intricate details begin to emerge, revealing themselves with quiet grace. The painting is a masterful study in muted tones, perhaps an abstract interpretation of a quiet landscape, or an impressionistic play of light and shadow across a forgotten corner of the world. You notice the delicate, almost tactile texture of the canvas itself, visible beneath the subtle layers of paint, a fine, irregular weave that gives the surface a quiet, organic depth. Your eyes slowly trace the artist's precise brushstrokes, seeing how the pigment was applied with both deliberate intention and an almost ethereal lightness, building up soft, translucent veils of color. The palette, composed of soft mauves, deep forest greens, faint, hazy blues, and warm, understated ochres, seems to breathe, drawing you gently into its quiet, contemplative world. There is a subtle sheen to certain areas of the paint, catching the overhead light in a way that suggests a hidden movement, a quiet, internal pulse within the composition. The soft, diffused light of the private gallery continues to illuminate the canvas, revealing new subtleties in the delicate brush strokes you have been contemplating for some time now. You remain rooted in place, your gaze tracing the almost imperceptible ridges and valleys where the oil paint has been carefully applied, layer upon translucent layer. There is a quiet fascination in observing how each minute stroke contributes to the overall serene composition, a testament to the artist's patient hand. You notice the way certain hues, a deep, muted indigo perhaps, seem to recede into the canvas, while others, a whisper of warm cream, gently rise to meet the light, creating a sense of subtle, internal movement within the stillness of the piece. Your fingertips, still hovering near the dark, smooth frame, feel the cool, still air between them and the artwork. You imagine the faint, almost imperceptible texture of the canvas beneath the paint, the fine, tightly woven threads that form its foundation, holding generations of artistic expression. The faint, earthy scent of the oil pigments, a whisper of linseed and turpentine, lingers in the quiet, temperature-controlled air, a grounding aroma that connects you to the act of creation, to the very moment the artist's brush met the surface. Your breath slows, deepening, as you allow yourself to sink further into this private communion with the painting, feeling its quiet resonance. A subtle internal shift occurs, a quiet confirmation that this piece, with its profound stillness and delicate beauty, is now truly yours. There is no grand pronouncement, no sudden gesture, merely a settling within you, a deep, calm understanding. The painting, which moments ago was a discovery, now feels like an old friend, a cherished presence that has found its destined home within your collection. The unique quality of its light, its particular blend of soft, contemplative colors, now feels intrinsically linked to the quiet luxury of this space, becoming an extension of the serene atmosphere you cultivate. You take a slow, deliberate step back, allowing a slightly wider perspective to emerge, observing how the painting's subtle energy influences the entire room. The deep gray walls, the plush wool carpet, the diffused, even lighting, all seem to gather around this central piece, highlighting its quiet power. You notice how the light, though constant, seems to shift and play across the surface of the canvas with your movement, revealing new glints and depths, like a quiet secret being gently unveiled. The absolute silence of the gallery enfolds you, enhancing the sense of exclusivity, as if this moment, this acquisition, is a profound personal ritual. You slowly turn, your steps still hushed by the thick carpet, moving towards a low, elegantly upholstered chaise longue, positioned for quiet contemplation. The fabric, a rich, textured linen, in a complementary, understated tone, invites you to settle. You sink gently onto its soft cushions, feeling the supportive give beneath you, the cool, smooth texture of the linen against your robe. You arrange yourself comfortably, allowing your body to relax, your head finding a natural resting place against the soft backrest. From this new vantage point, the painting appears slightly different, its overall composition now more apparent, its quiet narrative unfolding with a subtle, unhurried grace. Your eyes softly sweep across the canvas once more, taking in the entirety of its serene presence. The careful layering of the paint, the gentle interplay of light and shadow, the harmonious blend of muted colors, it all speaks of a timeless artistry, a quiet dedication. The soft, even light continues to bathe the room, highlighting the artwork, holding it in a gentle embrace. You close your eyes for a moment, the image of the painting imprinted softly on your inner vision, a quiet, lasting impression of beauty and stillness. Leaving the serene quiet of your private gallery, the soft, diffused light gently recedes as you step back into the main corridor of your penthouse. The subtle chill of the marble floor, which you felt earlier this morning, is a familiar, grounding sensation beneath your bare feet. The air here holds a different quality now, carrying a faint, distinct scent that is both comforting and inviting. The rich, deep aroma of aged paper and fine leather, a clear indication of your next destination. You walk with an unhurried grace, the silk of your robe whispering softly with each step, a hushed, rhythmic sound in the otherwise profound silence. The high ceilings and wide passageways seem to absorb any echo, creating a tranquil passage. Your gaze drifts over the subtle textures of the walls, a continuation of the understated elegance that defines your home. The morning light, now a little brighter than before, slants through a distant window, catching dust motes dancing lazily in the air, a quiet visual reminder of the slow passage of time. The anticipation of the quiet sanctuary ahead builds gently, a subtle hum of calm excitement. As you approach the heavy double doors of your personal library, crafted from dark polished walnut, a sense of deep peace settles over you. You push one door inward, feeling the substantial weight of the wood, and it swings open with a slow, almost imperceptible sigh, revealing the warm, inviting space within. The air that greets you is rich, thick with the scent of countless stories, of centuries-old knowledge, of carefully preserved paper, and the subtle, earthy aroma of well-tended leather bindings. It is a scent that speaks of time, of quiet contemplation, and of enduring beauty. You step across the threshold, and the plush, deep pile carpet underfoot absorbs your sound completely, creating an immediate sense of hushed reverence. The room is bathed in a gentle, indirect light, softened by tall, leaded windows that overlook a quiet inner courtyard. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, crafted from the same dark walnut as the doors, line every wall, rising majestically towards the intricate plaster ceiling. Each shelf is meticulously filled with volumes, their spines, a kaleidoscope of muted colors, deep crimsons, forest greens, burnished golds, and soft aged browns, a silent testament to a lifetime of collecting. You begin to move slowly along the rows, your fingers lightly trailing over the spines of the books. The sensation is varied, the smooth, cool slip of polished leather, the dry, slightly rough texture of aged cloth, the subtle ridges of embossed titles. Each touch is a quiet connection to the past, to the hands that crafted these covers, to the minds that penned the words within. You pause before a particular section, your eyes scanning the elegant script of the titles, searching not for a specific story, but for a particular resonance, a quiet invitation. The faint scent of the paper becomes more pronounced here, a delicate, almost sweet aroma that whispers of forgotten ink and countless turning pages. Your gaze settles on a slender volume, its cover a rich, deep burgundy leather, subtly faded at the edges with the gentle passage of time. You reach out, your fingers carefully encircling the spine, feeling the delicate, almost imperceptible warmth of the aged material. With a quiet, deliberate motion, you slide the book from its place on the shelf. There is a soft, almost soundless whisper of leather against wood as it comes free, a gentle release. You hold it in your hands for a moment, feeling its surprising weight, the solid, comforting presence of it. The subtle scent of its pages, a dry, papery whisper, rises to meet you. You turn the book over, tracing the faint, intricate gold tooling on its cover with the pad of your thumb, feeling the barely there raised texture. The craftsmanship is evident in every detail, a quiet luxury. Then, with an unhurried grace, you gently open the book. You still hold the ancient book, its pages open, the faint scent of aged paper rising gently to meet you in the quiet expanse of the library. With unhurried grace, you turn towards a deep, wing-backed armchair, upholstered in a rich, forest green velvet, positioned invitingly near a tall window. You settle into its plush embrace, feeling the soft yielding of the cushions as they conform to your form. The smooth, cool velvet, a luxurious caress against the silk of your robe. The weight of the book feels comfortable in your hands, resting gently on your lap as you lean back, finding the perfect posture for quiet contemplation. Beside the chair, an elegant brass reading lamp stands sentinel, its shade a deep, matte bronze. Your fingers reach out, lightly touching the cool metal of its stem, tracing the fine, subtle detailing. With a soft, almost imperceptible click, you activate the lamp, and a warm golden glow immediately spills onto the open pages of the book, illuminating the elegant script and the delicate cream of the paper with a soft, inviting radiance. The light casts a gentle, circular pool, creating a private, luminous space around you, while the rest of the library recedes into soft, welcoming shadows. You bring the book closer, feeling the familiar, reassuring weight in your hands. Your eyes drift over the carefully printed words, the elegant, classic typeface inviting you to absorb the ancient wisdom contained within these pages. The subtle scent of old paper, now warmed slightly by the lamp's glow, becomes more pronounced, a comforting, earthy aroma that speaks of history and enduring thought. You read slowly, deliberately, allowing each phrase to settle, to unfold within your mind without haste, without pressure. After a few moments, your left thumb, with a feather-light touch, finds the bottom corner of the page. You feel the almost imperceptible resistance of the delicate paper, a soft, dry crispness against your skin. With a gentle, deliberate motion, you carefully lift the page, guiding it upwards and over. There is a faint, hushed whisper as the page detaches itself from its companion, a sound so subtle it is almost imagined, a soft rustle that is both fragile and profound. The newly revealed page, pristine and inviting, comes into view, bathed in the soft glow of the lamp, waiting patiently for your attention. You pause, allowing your eyes to adjust to the fresh expanse of text, letting the quiet act of turning the page settle completely. The silence of the library is absolute, a deep, comforting quiet that allows your thoughts to drift and coalesce around the words before you. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the steady rhythm of your breathing mirroring the unhurried pace of your reading. The subtle warmth from the lamp spreads through the air around you, a soft, enveloping presence. You notice the dust motes, still dancing in the distant shafts of morning light, a quiet spectacle that reinforces the timelessness of this moment. The world outside, with its distant city hum, feels utterly remote, leaving you in this peaceful, self-contained haven of knowledge and tranquility. The soft light of the lamp continues to illuminate the pages, a steady, unwavering beacon in the quiet room. You feel a profound sense of calm settling deeper within you, a gentle immersion in the quiet wisdom of the ages. The book rests open, a silent companion, inviting you to linger in its peaceful presence for as long as you wish. You gently close the ancient book, the soft, rich burgundy leather of its cover settling with a faint, barely audible sigh. The warm, golden glow from the brass reading lamp still illuminates the page for a moment before you carefully switch it off, plunging the immediate area into a softer, diffused light. The slight warmth from the lamp, which had enveloped you, now slowly dissipates, leaving behind the cool, still air of the library. You carefully place the treasured volume back onto its shelf, feeling the familiar, smooth texture of its spine, a quiet return to its rightful place among countless other silent companions. You rise slowly from the deep, velvet armchair, the plush cushions reluctantly releasing your form with a subtle, hushed whisper of fabric. The quiet weight of your silk robe settles around you again, its charcoal gray fabric still cool and fluid against your skin as you move. The thick, wool carpet absorbs your steps completely as you make your way out of the library, leaving the rich scent of aged paper and leather to linger in the tranquil space. The mid-morning light, now a little brighter and more direct, filters through the tall windows of the corridor, casting long, gentle shadows across the polished marble floor. Your path leads you to a discreet, often overlooked door, crafted from a pale, almost silvery wood, distinct from the darker tones of the library. You push it open with a light touch, and it swings inward silently, revealing a private fitting room. The air within is clean and calm, carrying a faint, fresh scent, perhaps of fine linen or a delicate, unidentifiable floral note. The room is bathed in an even, soft light, diffused by tall windows draped in sheer white fabric, ensuring perfect clarity without harshness. A full-length mirror, framed in understated brushed silver, dominates one wall, reflecting the gentle light and the subtle textures of the room. A single, exquisite garment, draped with meticulous care over a padded, wooden mannequin, awaits your attention. The fabric is a lustrous silk, a deep, serene shade of midnight blue, almost black in the softer light, yet hinting at hidden depths of color. Its surface seems to absorb and reflect the light simultaneously, creating a subtle, shifting play of shadow and sheen. You approach it slowly, your eyes tracing the elegant lines of its cut, the apparent simplicity of its design belying the immense skill in its creation. The fabric appears to flow effortlessly, promising an almost liquid sensation against the skin. You pause for a moment, letting your gaze linger on the garment, appreciating its quiet beauty. Then, with unhurried movements, you begin to untie the sash of your own robe, allowing the heavy silk to part. You slip it from your shoulders, feeling the cool air briefly against your skin, a fleeting contrast before the new garment is presented. A silent attendant, whose presence is almost imperceptible, steps forward with gentle grace, holding the midnight blue silk gown carefully, its soft folds shimmering faintly. As the garment is carefully lowered, you feel the first, cool touch of the silk against your skin. It is an exquisite sensation, a smooth, almost weightless caress that instantly cools and soothes. The fabric glides effortlessly over your shoulders, down your arms, and along your torso, a fluid, continuous whisper against your skin. The weight is minimal, yet substantial enough to feel luxurious, draping with an elegant ease that moves with your slightest breath. You feel the cool, smooth silk settle around your waist, then flow gracefully down your legs, pooling around your ankles. The sensation is one of pure, unadorned comfort, a second skin of unparalleled softness. You stand before the full-length mirror, observing the way the midnight blue silk drapes, catching the soft, even light. The fabric shifts with your internal movements, a subtle, silent dance of light and shadow. You stand before the full-length mirror, enveloped in the cool, smooth embrace of the midnight blue silk gown. The fabric, a living waterfall of deep color, flows effortlessly around your form, its subtle sheen shifting with every slight inclination of your head, reflecting the soft, even light of the fitting room. The exquisite sensation of the silk against your skin is a continuous, gentle caress, a whisper of luxury that feels both weightless and profoundly comforting. You watch your reflection, observing the elegant drape, the way the material seems to breathe with you, promising perfect freedom of movement. A quiet presence enters your peripheral vision, a subtle shift in the air, indicating the arrival of your tailor. Their movements are a study in practiced grace, utterly silent and focused. You catch a faint, clean scent, perhaps of starched linen or a very subtle, sophisticated cologne, as they move closer, their gaze intent upon the garment. There is no urgency in their approach, only a calm, respectful professionalism that adds to the tranquil atmosphere of the room. You remain still, a silent canvas for their expert eye, trusting in their meticulous craftsmanship. Your tailor begins their quiet work, their hands moving with a precise, almost reverent touch. You feel a feather-light brush of their fingertips against your shoulder, a delicate adjustment to the fall of the fabric. The silk responds instantly, settling into an even more perfect line. There is a soft, barely audible whisper as a small, silver pin is carefully extracted from a velvet cushion held by a silent assistant. Then, a tiny, almost imperceptible click as the pin is inserted into the fabric near your waist, a subtle anchor to guide the next alteration. You feel the faint, dull pressure of the pin, a momentary, gentle reminder of the work being performed, yet it is so light as to be almost unnoticeable. The tailor's touch is always gentle, always precise, never intrusive, merely guiding the fabric into its intended, flawless silhouette. They step back slightly, their head tilted, observing the overall line. You feel a gentle hand on your arm, a soft, guiding pressure, inviting you to turn slowly. As you rotate, the midnight blue silk glides around you, a liquid movement that catches the light in new ways, revealing the garment's inherent fluidity. The tailor watches intently, their eyes following the movement of the fabric, ensuring that the drape remains elegant and unhindered. They might make another small, almost imperceptible adjustment to a sleeve, a slight smoothing of the silk with the flat of their hand, feeling for any resistance or imperfection in the flow. The soft rustle of the fabric is the only sound, a hushed testament to its quality. A tape measure, soft and supple, appears in their hand. You feel its cool, smooth edge briefly against your skin, just beneath the silk, as a measurement is taken around your waist. The tape is held taut, but never tight, its touch precise and fleeting. There is a soft, barely audible snick as the tailor notes the measurement on a small, leather-bound pad, the sound almost swallowed by the quiet of the room. They might then gently smooth the silk over your hip, their palm warm for a brief second against the cool fabric, ensuring the curve is perfect, the line unbroken. The air around you remains still, carrying that faint, clean scent of the atelier, a subtle blend of fine materials and careful work. Finally, the tailor steps back, their gaze sweeping over the entire garment one last time, a meticulous final inspection. There is a subtle nod, a quiet indication of satisfaction. The midnight blue silk, now perfectly tailored, feels like a second skin, a seamless extension of yourself. It is a feeling of quiet perfection, of effortless elegance that settles deep within you. The cool, smooth memory of the perfectly fitted silk gown lingers as you step from the quiet elegance of the penthouse into the gentle afternoon warmth of your secluded English garden. The air here is markedly different, carrying a sweet, verdant scent of damp earth and blooming roses, a refreshing contrast to the contained atmosphere of the interiors. Your shoes, soft and silent, sink ever so slightly into the meticulously manicured lawn, the springy grass a yielding cushion beneath your feet. The sun, now lower in the sky, casts long, soft shadows, dappling the pathways with intricate patterns of light and shade, creating a sense of tranquil depth. You walk along a winding gravel path, the faint, rhythmic crunch of fine pebbles beneath your steps, a gentle, grounding sound that accompanies your unhurried progress. Tall, ancient hedges, expertly shaped, form living walls that enclose this private sanctuary, ensuring a profound sense of peace and seclusion. A gentle breeze whispers through the leaves of a nearby oak tree, creating a soft, continuous rustle, a natural lullaby that blends seamlessly with the ambient quiet. You notice the delicate, almost imperceptible trembling of a rose petal as the breeze passes, a fleeting moment of natural grace. As you round a bend in the path, a charming stone patio emerges, bathed in the soft, golden light of the afternoon. A low, elegant wrought iron table and 2 cushioned chairs are arranged invitingly, awaiting your presence. The table is adorned with a crisp white linen cloth, its edges falling in soft, precise folds, a familiar touch of refined luxury. On it, a delicate porcelain tea set, patterned with subtle, hand-painted sprigs of lavender, gleams softly. A silver teapot, polished to a mirror sheen, stands ready, promising warmth and comfort. Beside it, a tiered stand holds an array of small, exquisite pastries and finger sandwiches, their delicate forms of feast for the eyes. You settle into one of the cushioned chairs, feeling the soft, supportive embrace of the fabric beneath you. The cool, smooth wrought iron of the armrest feels pleasant beneath your fingertips. Your gaze drifts beyond the table, towards the heart of the garden. From a little distance, a soft, steady murmur reaches you, the gentle, rhythmic splash of a hidden fountain. It is a constant, soothing sound, a liquid whisper that fills the air with a sense of timeless calm, never intrusive, always present. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the subtle sound wash over you, feeling its calming rhythm resonate within. Opening your eyes, you reach for the silver teapot. Its handle, cool and smooth, fits perfectly in your hand. You lift it with a practiced ease, feeling its comforting weight, and pour a slow, steady stream of amber liquid into the delicate porcelain cup. The tea, a fragrant Earl Grey, releases its subtle, citrusy aroma into the air as it fills the cup, mingling with the sweet scent of the garden. The gentle clink of the porcelain as the stream begins, then lessens, is the only sound, a delicate punctuation in the tranquil afternoon. You set the teapot down with a soft, almost inaudible click, then lift the cup to your lips, feeling the delicate warmth of the china against your skin. The first slow sip of the tea is a moment of pure, unhurried pleasure. The warm, slightly astringent liquid coats your tongue, leaving a subtle, lingering taste of bergamot and black tea. You feel its gentle warmth spread through you, a comforting sensation that complements the cool air of the garden. Your gaze falls upon a tiny, perfect dewdrop, clinging to a rose petal nearby, glistening like a miniature jewel in the soft light. The distant murmur of the fountain continues its ceaseless, calming song, a quiet backdrop to your peaceful afternoon. You simply sit, breathing deeply, feeling the gentle breeze on your skin, utterly immersed in the serene beauty and quiet luxury of this moment. The delicate warmth of the porcelain teacup remains a comforting presence in your hands, its smooth surface a subtle caress as the gentle afternoon light continues to dapple through the leaves of the ancient oak. The faint, rhythmic splash of the distant fountain provides a constant, soothing counterpoint to the quiet rustle of the breeze, a symphony of natural tranquility in your secluded garden. You take another slow, deliberate sip of the Earl Grey, the warm, fragrant liquid settling deep within you, leaving a lingering, subtle taste of bergamot on your tongue. The experience is one of profound stillness, each sense gently engaged, yet utterly unhurried. Your gaze drifts towards the tiered stand laden with delicate pastries. Each one is a miniature work of art, meticulously crafted, promising a moment of exquisite pleasure. You notice a small, perfectly formed lemon tart, its glistening top a pale, translucent yellow, nestled in a buttery shortbread crust. Next to it, a tiny scone, still warm, with a scattering of plump, dark currants visible through its golden-brown surface. The sweet, buttery scent of baked goods mingles subtly with the fresh, green aroma of the garden, creating an inviting olfactory tapestry. With a gentle, unhurried movement, you set your teacup down with a soft, almost imperceptible clink on its saucer, the sound echoing briefly in the quiet air before fading. Your hand reaches for the small, silver pastry tongs, their cool, smooth metal, a pleasant sensation against your fingertips. You carefully select the scone, feeling its surprising lightness as you lift it from the stand. The tongs hold it securely, but with a delicate grip that respects its fragile nature. You place it onto your small, pristine porcelain plate, the soft tree tarffer mast, a quiet punctuation. You then reach for the small jar of clotted cream, its ceramic lid cool and smooth beneath your fingers. With a tiny polished silver spoon, you scoop a dollop of the thick, rich cream, its texture smooth and yielding as it separates from the mass. You spread it gently over a section of the scone, feeling the subtle resistance of the baked surface before the cream glides across, leaving a pure white layer. Then, with the same delicate precision, you add a small spoonful of strawberry jam, its deep, glistening red, a vibrant contrast against the cream. The sweet, fruity aroma of the jam mixes with the earthy scent of the scone, a delightful promise. You bring the scone slowly to your lips. The first contact is the cool, smooth cream, followed by the soft, yielding texture of the scone itself. You bite down, feeling the gentle crumble of the outer crust, then the tender, airy interior. The subtle sweetness of the currants bursts through, mingling with the rich, creamy tang of the clotted cream and the bright, fruity notes of the jam. It is a harmonious blend of textures and tastes, a small, perfect indulgence. You chew slowly, deliberately, savoring each nuanced flavor, allowing the experience to unfold without haste. There is a faint, almost imperceptible sound as the scone yields, a soft, dry whisper that is entirely absorbed by the quiet afternoon. Your gaze drifts upwards, catching the sunlight as it filters through the dense canopy of leaves above. The dappled light shifts and dances on the patio tiles, creating moving patterns of bright gold and soft shadow. A tiny iridescent beetle, perhaps, crawls slowly along the edge of the table, its movements deliberate and unhurried. You watch it for a moment, its quiet journey a microcosm of the slow, peaceful rhythm of the garden. The distant murmur of the fountain continues its ceaseless flow, a gentle, liquid whisper that cradles your thoughts. You take another deep, calming breath, feeling the cool, fresh air fill your lungs, carrying the subtle, sweet scents of the garden. The lingering sweetness of the garden air gently recedes as you rise from the cushioned chair, leaving the tranquil patio behind. The faint, rhythmic splash of the distant fountain slowly softens, becoming a mere whisper in your memory as you step from the warm, sun-dappled stone back onto the familiar, cool gravel path. The subtle crunch of the pebbles beneath your feet, a grounding sound, marks your unhurried return from the verdant embrace of the English garden. The afternoon light, now a softer gold, filters through the ancient trees, casting long, serene shadows that stretch across the manicured lawns. You walk towards the grand, oak-paneled doors of the estate, their dark, rich wood a stark yet welcoming contrast to the bright green of the garden. As you push one open, it yields with a substantial, quiet weight, and you step across the threshold, feeling the immediate shift in atmosphere. The air within is cooler, still, carrying a distinct, dry scent of aged wood, fine leather, and a faint, almost imperceptible hint of old paper. It is a scent of quiet history, of knowledge carefully preserved. The soft, deep pile of the antique Persian rug in the hallway absorbs your footsteps completely, creating a profound sense of hush. Your destination is your study, a room bathed in the afternoon sun. You follow the long hallway, the polished wooden floor reflecting the golden light that pours in through tall, mullioned windows. The silence here is profound, a comforting blanket that allows your thoughts to settle and expand. As you reach the study door, it stands slightly ajar, inviting you in. You push it open fully, and the room welcomes you with a warm, luminous glow. The sun, positioned perfectly, streams through the expansive leaded windows, bathing the rich mahogany bookshelves and the large, central desk in a soft, ethereal light. Dust motes, tiny and iridescent, dance lazily in the golden shafts, a quiet spectacle of the afternoon. You approach the magnificent, dark walnut flat-file cabinet that stands against one wall, its polished surface gleaming softly in the sunlight. Your fingers trace the cool, smooth brass pull of one of its wide, shallow drawers. The metal feels solid and substantial beneath your touch. With a gentle, deliberate pull, the drawer slides open with a hushed, almost imperceptible glide, revealing its precious contents. Inside, arranged with meticulous care, lies your cherished collection of antique celestial maps, each one a window into humanity's ancient gaze upon the cosmos. The faint, dry scent of aged paper, tinged with a delicate, almost sweet aroma of old ink, rises softly from the drawer, a subtle perfume of history. You reach for the topmost map, your fingertips carefully brushing the delicate, slightly brittle edge of the aged parchment. The paper feels surprisingly resilient, yet profoundly fragile, a testament to its long journey through time. With a slow, unhurried motion, you lift the map from its resting place, feeling its slight, almost weightless presence in your hands. A faint, dry rustle accompanies its removal, a sound like dried leaves whispering in a gentle breeze. You lay it flat on the polished surface of the walnut desk beside the cabinet, smoothing out any tiny, barely visible undulations with the flat of your palm. A gentle, reverent caress. The map, now spread before you, is a marvel of intricate detail. Its creamy, aged paper is adorned with constellations, their celestial forms rendered in delicate, fine lines of faded indigo and subtle gold. Tiny hand-drawn stars, each a pinprick of light, sparkle faintly, some still retaining a hint of their original silver or gold leaf. The names of ancient star groupings, written in elegant, flowing script, are almost like whispers from a distant past. You remain at the magnificent walnut desk, the antique celestial map spread open before you, bathed in the soft, golden light that streams through the study's leaded windows. The creamy, aged parchment, a silent testament to centuries past, lies perfectly flat, its surface cool and smooth beneath the gentle warmth of the afternoon sun. The faint, dry scent of old paper and the subtle, almost imperceptible aroma of ancient ink continue to rise from its surface, a delicate perfume of history that fills the tranquil air around you. Your gaze sweeps across the intricate illustrations, the delicate lines of faded indigo and subtle gold that chart forgotten constellations. You lift your right hand, your fingertips poised just above the map, feeling the subtle current of cool air. With a deliberate, unhurried motion, your index finger descends, lightly touching the smooth parchment. The sensation is one of profound delicacy, the paper yielding ever so slightly to your touch, yet retaining its resilient, almost leathery quality. You begin to trace the imagined lines that connect the tiny hand-drawn stars, following the path of a celestial hunter or a mythical beast. Your finger glides effortlessly across the surface, a whisper of friction, a soft, almost inaudible sound that is entirely absorbed by the hushed quiet of the study. Each star, a minute pinprick of faded silver or gold, feels like a tiny, smooth bead beneath your fingertip. As you trace the forgotten constellations, your mind settles into a rhythm of quiet concentration. You notice the meticulous detail in the artist's hand, the precise curves of a celestial serpent, the delicate feathers of an astral bird. The subtle imperfections in the parchment itself, a faint discoloration here, a minute crease there, tell their own silent story of time's gentle passage. The golden light catches these nuances, highlighting the rich texture of the paper, revealing the faint impressions left by the printing press, the enduring mark of human artistry. You breathe slowly, deeply, the rhythmic rise and fall of your chest, a quiet counterpoint to the stillness of the room. Your gaze then drifts to a small polished brass compass that rests on the desk beside the map, its surface gleaming softly in the sunlight. You reach out, your fingers encircling its cool, smooth casing. The brass feels substantial, weighty, a solid presence in your palm. The intricate engravings on its surface, tiny lines and numbers, are cool and slightly raised beneath your touch. With a gentle, deliberate motion, you lift the compass, feeling its balanced weight, and place it softly on the edge of the map. There is a faint, resonant clink as the metal meets the polished walnut, a clear, pure sound that dissipates quickly into the surrounding quiet. You lean back slightly in your comfortable leather chair, feeling the soft, supportive give of the aged hide. The faint, comforting scent of old leather rising gently around you. Your eyes, now a little more distant, take in the entire expanse of the map, allowing the intricate details to coalesce into a grand, sweeping vision of the ancient night sky. The faded colors, the elegant script, the silent figures of the constellations all blend into a harmonious tableau of human wonder and cosmic mystery. The sunlight continues to warm the surface of the desk, a gentle, pervasive heat that contributes to the profound sense of calm. You simply sit, observing the map, allowing your mind to wander gently through the imagined celestial pathways. The dust motes still dance in the golden shafts of light, a quiet, mesmerizing ballet in the still air. The quiet of the study deepens, a comforting presence that wraps around you. There is no urgency, no demand, only the tranquil contemplation of the vastness above, captured on a delicate sheet of parchment. The world outside feels distant, hushed, allowing you to drift deeper into this peaceful, timeless moment. The soft golden light that illuminated the antique celestial map in your study has gradually deepened, now casting longer, softer shadows as the afternoon gently yields to evening. You gently close the wide, shallow drawer of the walnut flat file cabinet. The polished brass pull cool beneath your fingers, and it slides shut with a hushed, almost imperceptible sigh, securing the ancient parchments within. The faint scent of old paper and ink slowly recedes, replaced by the quiet, still air of the study. You rise from your comfortable leather chair, the faint creak of the aged hide a soft punctuation in the deepening quiet. You leave the warmth of the study, stepping back into the grand hallway where the polished wooden floor now reflects the fading light with a subdued glow. Your footsteps are hushed by the thick plush rugs that line the corridor, each step a soft, almost soundless movement. The air here holds a different quality now, a subtle coolness, carrying a faint, fresh, aquatic scent that whispers of mineral-rich water and subterranean calm. This delicate aroma, a promise of serene immersion, guides you silently through the quiet expanse of the estate. As you approach a hidden doorway, carved seamlessly into a wall of pale, unadorned stone, it seems to blend almost entirely with its surroundings. You push it open with a light, deliberate touch, and it pivots inward with a deep, resonant rumble, a sound that is quickly absorbed by the unique acoustics of the space beyond. You step across the threshold, and the air immediately becomes cooler, denser, carrying the distinct, clean scent of pristine water and damp stone. The light shifts dramatically, becoming softer, diffused, emanating from unseen sources, casting a gentle, ethereal glow. You find yourself in your private indoor grotto pool, a sanctuary carved from natural rock, designed for profound tranquility. The space is vast, yet intimate, with smoothly sculpted stone walls that rise towards a high, vaulted ceiling, their surfaces glistening faintly in the soft, ambient light. The central feature is the pool itself, a large, dark expanse of perfectly still water, its surface reflecting the subtle overhead lighting in mesmerizing, shifting patterns. The air is humid, yet fresh, with a constant, gentle flow that prevents any feeling of oppressiveness. A quiet, rhythmic drip, 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 echoes softly from a hidden recess in the stone, a natural, soothing cadence that fills the serene silence. You walk slowly towards the edge of the pool, your bare feet finding the cool, smooth texture of the polished limestone tiles that surround the water. Each step is deliberate, unhurried, allowing the senses to fully absorb the unique atmosphere. The soft, diffused light, a deep, calming blue, permeates the water, making it appear impossibly deep, yet inviting. Your gaze drifts over the surface, where faint ripples from the unseen water circulation create a subtle, hypnotic dance of reflected light on the stone walls above, like liquid constellations moving across a cave ceiling. You reach the edge, your fingers lightly touching the cool, smooth stone coping. The surface is cool and dry, a stark contrast to the inviting warmth of the water just below. You dip your hand into the liquid, feeling the immediate embrace of its perfectly tempered warmth. The water is silky, soft, flowing effortlessly around your fingers, creating tiny, almost imperceptible eddies. The subtle sensation of weightlessness begins to settle over you, even before you fully enter. You take a slow, deep breath, inhaling the clean mineral scent of the water, allowing your body to relax completely, preparing for the serene immersion. The gentle drip, drip, drip asterisk from the grotto walls continues its hypnotic rhythm, a soft, constant companion in the profound quiet. The reflections on the stone ceiling shimmer, inviting a deeper sense of calm. You stand at the edge of the private grotto pool, your hands still submerged, feeling the perfectly tempered warmth of the water surrounding your fingers. The silky liquid flows effortlessly, creating tiny, almost imperceptible eddies around your skin. The air in the grotto is cool and humid, carrying the distinct, clean scent of pristine water and damp stone, a grounding aroma that calms the senses. The soft, diffused blue light emanating from unseen sources casts an ethereal glow over the still surface of the pool, reflecting in mesmerizing, shifting patterns on the vaulted stone ceiling above. The quiet, rhythmic drip, drip, drip from a hidden recess in the stone continues its soothing cadence, a constant companion in the profound silence. With a slow, deliberate movement, you step into the water. Your bare foot finds the smooth, submerged limestone, cool and slightly textured beneath your sole. The water rises gently around your ankles, a soft, warm embrace that immediately begins to loosen any lingering tension. You take another unhurried step, feeling the water climb higher, reaching your shins, then your knees. Each movement is slow, graceful, allowing your body to acclimate to the liquid environment. The sensation of the water parting and then closing around your legs is like a fluid whisper, a gentle pressure that is profoundly comforting. As you continue to move deeper, the water rises to your waist, then to your chest. The weight of your body begins to diminish, replaced by a subtle, uplifting buoyancy. You feel a profound sense of lightness, a gentle release from gravity's pull. The water, clear and inviting, seems to absorb all sound, muffling the distant drip, drip, drip to an even softer echo. The reflections on the grotto walls ripple and sway with your entry, creating a silent, liquid dance of light that captivates the eye without demanding attention. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the cool, moist air fill your lungs, sensing the expansive calm of the space. You push off gently from the submerged stone, allowing yourself to fully surrender to the water's embrace. The sensation of complete weightlessness is immediate and profound. Your body floats effortlessly, suspended in the warm, clear liquid, every muscle releasing its hold. The water cradles you, supporting you completely, a soft, pervasive pressure against every surface of your skin. You close your eyes for a moment, simply feeling the gentle undulation of the water, the subtle currents created by your own slow, deliberate movements. The faint, clean scent of the mineral water wraps around you, a refreshing and grounding presence. Opening your eyes, you gaze up at the vaulted stone ceiling, where the soft blue light reflects and shimmers, creating an ever-changing celestial map of liquid light. The surface of the pool, disturbed only by your gentle presence, creates tiny, soft lapping sounds against the smooth stone edge, a quiet, rhythmic whisper that is deeply soothing. Each gentle lap is a soft swish, a subtle ebb and flow that mirrors the slow rhythm of your own breath. You extend your arms slightly, feeling the water flow smoothly past your fingertips, a continuous, silken caress. The cool, clear water seems to absorb any stray thought, leaving your mind free to simply observe, to simply be. You remain floating, utterly at peace, the gentle lapping of the water, a constant, quiet melody. The soft, diffused blue light permeates the grotto, creating an atmosphere of profound serenity. Your body feels entirely supported, entirely free, suspended in this tranquil, weightless space. The rhythmic drip, drip, drip asterisk from the grotto walls is now almost imperceptible, a distant, comforting heartbeat in the vast, quiet expanse. You breathe slowly, deeply, allowing the soothing sensations to wash over you, inviting a deeper and deeper calm. The sensation of weightless tranquility gently recedes as you slowly emerge from the perfectly tempered water of the grotto pool. The cool, damp air of the cavern brushes against your skin, a refreshing contrast as the water reluctantly releases its embrace. You step onto the smooth, cool limestone tiles, feeling the familiar texture beneath your bare feet, each step leaving a faint, fleeting imprint on the slightly damp surface. The quiet, rhythmic drip, drip, drip asterisk from the grotto walls gradually softens, becoming a distant echo as you move towards the hidden doorway, the soft blue light lingering behind you. You push the heavy, stone-carved door outward, and it pivots with a deep, resonant rumble that is quickly swallowed by the hushed quiet of the main hallway. The air here is drier, cooler than the grotto, carrying a faint, clean scent of polished wood, and perhaps a distant, subtle hint of evening bloom from a window opened earlier. Your bare feet find the familiar deep pile of the antique Persian rug absorbing your every step, creating a profound sense of hush as you walk towards the heart of the estate. The afternoon light, which once streamed through the study, has now softened to a gentle twilight, casting long, serene shadows that stretch across the polished wooden floors. Your path leads you to the gourmet kitchen, a space that now holds a warm, inviting glow. As you enter, the air immediately greets you with a subtle blend of fresh herbs and a hint of warmth from a gently simmering pot, a comforting promise of the evening meal. The room is a study in understated elegance. Cool, expansive marble countertops gleam softly under recessed lighting, reflecting the subtle glow of the professional-grade appliances. Dark, rich cabinetry lines the walls, their polished surfaces reflecting the soft light without glare. The only sound is the almost imperceptible hum of a refrigeration unit, a low, steady thrum that adds to the tranquil atmosphere. You approach the large, central island, its cool, smooth marble surface pristine and inviting. Your hands, still cool from the grotto, rest for a moment on the polished stone, feeling its solid, grounding presence. You then turn towards the tall, integrated refrigerator, its stainless steel door a cool, smooth expanse. With a gentle pull, the door opens with a soft whoosh of air, revealing an array of vibrant, fresh ingredients. The cool, crisp air from within washes over your face, carrying a clean, earthy scent of garden greens and ripe produce. You reach for a bunch of dark, leafy spinach, its leaves cool and slightly damp, feeling their delicate, crinkled texture between your fingers. A small, firm cucumber, its skin smooth and cool, is lifted next, its subtle weight a pleasant sensation. You close the refrigerator door with a soft, magnetic fluid, and the quiet hum of the unit resumes its steady rhythm. You place the fresh vegetables on a large, heavy wooden cutting board that rests on the marble island, the soft thump of greens against wood, a gentle sound. You then select a long, slender ceramic knife, its handle smooth and cool in your hand, the blade impossibly sharp and gleaming faintly in the soft light. With a deliberate, unhurried motion, you begin to wash the spinach leaves under a gentle stream of cool water, feeling the cool liquid run over your fingertips, the soft rustle of leaves against each other a delicate whisper. The water drains away with a soft, continuous gurgle. You then place the crisp, clean spinach back on the wooden board. With precise, measured movements, you begin to finely chiffonade the leaves, the keen edge of the ceramic knife slicing through the tender greens with a soft, almost silent swoosh, mand. Each cut is deliberate, creating uniform ribbons of deep emerald. The faint, fresh scent of cut greens rises subtly into the air, mingling with the other warm aromas beginning to emerge from a pot on the distant stovetop. The faint, fresh scent of the finely chiffonaded spinach and thinly sliced cucumber still lingers gently in the air around the large, cool marble island. Your ceramic knife, now pristine, rests silently on its magnetic strip, reflecting the soft, even light of the gourmet kitchen. A deeper, richer aroma, warm and complex, now emanates from the stovetop, a subtle invitation to shift your focus. It is the gentle, steady scent of a simmering sauce, a fragrant promise of the elegant supper taking shape. The low, almost imperceptible hum of the refrigerator unit continues its quiet thrum, a constant, soothing backdrop to your meditative preparation. You move with unhurried grace towards the stovetop, your bare feet finding the cool, smooth, polished concrete floor that extends from the island. The warmth radiating from the gentle flame beneath the heavy-bottomed saucepan is palpable, a comforting presence that draws you in. As you draw closer, the subtle sound of the sauce becomes more distinct, a soft, rhythmic bloop bloop bloop, the gentle bursting of tiny bubbles at its surface. You lean in slightly, inhaling the deep, savory aroma, a nuanced blend of slow-cooked tomatoes, aromatic herbs, and a hint of something earthy and rich. The steam that rises is delicate, almost invisible, carrying these inviting scents directly to you. You reach for a slender, long-handled wooden spoon, its smooth, warm surface feeling familiar and balanced in your hand. With a slow, deliberate motion, you gently lower the spoon into the simmering sauce. The wood glides effortlessly through the thick liquid, creating barely a ripple. You stir slowly, in a wide, unhurried circle, feeling the subtle resistance of the sauce, its velvety texture evident even through the spoon. The soft swish of the spoon against the bottom of the pan is a hushed, rhythmic sound, a quiet stirring that ensures every ingredient is perfectly integrated, every flavor deepening. You lift the spoon, allowing a small trickle of the rich, red sauce to fall back into the pan, its gentle, soft punctuation before you set the spoon back down on its rest, with a faint, almost inaudible tap. Your attention then turns to the arrangement of the meal. You move towards a tall, dark wood cabinet, its polished surface gleaming softly. With careful precision, you open one of the lower drawers, revealing a stack of pristine, bone china plates. Their pure white surfaces are cool and smooth to the touch, their edges impossibly fine. You lift one plate, feeling its delicate weight, its elegant balance. As you place it gently onto the cool marble of the island, there is a soft, clear clink of porcelain against stone, a pure, resonant sound that quickly fades into the quiet. You repeat the action for a second plate. The twin, namika clink, a harmonious echo. With the plates now ready, you carefully portion the main course onto each. The warm, cooked ingredients, perhaps tender pasta or a delicate fish, are gently transferred from their cooking vessels, settling onto the pristine white china with soft, almost soundless movements. The warmth from the food begins to subtly permeate the cool surface of the plates, a gentle transfer of temperature. Next, you gather the freshly chiffonated spinach and sliced cucumber. With your fingertips, you delicately arrange the vibrant green ribbons in pale, glistening circles on the side of each plate, creating a quiet visual contrast against the main elements. The cool, crisp texture of the fresh greens is a refreshing addition, a subtle counterpoint to the warmth of the cooked food. Finally, you return to the simmering sauce. You lift the wooden spoon once more, scooping a generous measure of the rich, fragrant liquid. With a steady hand, you drizzle the sauce gracefully over the main components of each plate, watching as the deep red cascades and pools, creating an inviting sheen. The last faint aroma of your elegant supper slowly dissipates from the gourmet kitchen as you rise from the dining table, the quiet clink of fine china settling into the background of your evening. The polished surface of the table, now cleared, reflects the soft interior lighting, a serene tableau. You move with unhurried grace through the hushed corridors of the estate, the thick, plush carpet absorbing your steps completely, feeling the gentle transition from the contained warmth of the interior to the compelling promise of the open air. Each deliberate step is silent, a soft glide across the luxurious pile as you anticipate the unique calm that awaits. A subtle, invigorating scent of salt and distant ocean air begins to gently reach you, a fresh, briny whisper carried on an unseen current as you approach the private dock where your yacht rests. The gentle rocking motion of the vessel, subtle and rhythmic, is almost imperceptible at first, a quiet, welcoming sway, a soft invitation to embark upon the deepening evening. You step onto the gleaming gangplank, its smooth, dark wood solid and reassuring beneath the soles of your soft, elegant shoes, feeling the slight, almost imperceptible give with each deliberate, balanced step. The sturdy rope handrail, cool and slightly coarse, guides your hand as you move with effortless poise. The polished teak deck of your private yacht greets you with its expansive, cool, smooth surface, a stark yet utterly inviting contrast to the solid land you've just left behind. The fine, close-grained wood meticulously honed is almost imperceptible to the touch, yet you feel its subtle, comforting texture through the delicate leather of your footwear. A cool, refreshing sea breeze immediately wraps around you, a soft, pervasive embrace, carrying the clean, briny scent of the open ocean. A deep, invigorating breath of pure, unadulterated air that clears the mind. The soft, rhythmic lapping of water against the gleaming white hull, a quiet, continuous slosh, 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 becomes the dominant sound, a natural, hypnotic rhythm that soothes with its steady repetition. You move with deliberate slowness towards a comfortable, deeply cushioned lounge chair, upholstered in a resilient, marine-grade fabric, positioned perfectly at the stern to offer an unobstructed view. You settle into it, feeling the gentle, luxurious give of the thick cushions as they conform precisely to your form, the slight, cradling sway of the yacht a subtle, calming motion that resonates deep within. Your gaze sweeps across the vast, unbroken expanse of the horizon, where the sun, a brilliant orb of molten gold, begins its majestic, unhurried descent. The sky above is a breathtaking canvas of evolving colors. Soft, hazy oranges bleed seamlessly into delicate rose pinks, then deepen to fiery crimson at the sun's edge, all blending towards a tranquil, deepening indigo at the very zenith of the heavens. The light on the vast water is truly mesmerizing, a shimmering path of liquid gold stretching towards the distant, sinking sun. Each tiny wave catches and refracts the light with an ephemeral, glittering sparkle. You feel the cool sea breeze caress your face, a gentle, continuous whisper against your skin, causing a tiny, almost imperceptible shiver of refreshment. It carries the crisp, clean scent of the ocean, a grounding aroma that deepens your connection to this vast, elemental setting. Your fingers lightly trace the smooth, cool surface of the polished, stainless steel railing, feeling its solid, reassuring presence, the metal unyielding beneath your touch. A distant, mournful cry of a lone seagull drifts softly across the water, adding a touch of melancholic beauty to the profound evening calm. You breathe slowly, deeply, allowing the cool, salty air to fill your lungs, feeling the subtle, rhythmic motion of the yacht beneath you, a gentle, hypnotic sway that invites a deeper sense of peace. The last, vivid streaks of orange and rose are slowly dissolving into the deepening canvas of the sky, leaving behind a soft, ethereal lavender above the tranquil waters. The gentle, continuous sway of your private yacht, a familiar, comforting rhythm, continues beneath you, a subtle, hypnotic motion that has now become a part of your own breathing. The cool sea breeze, which refreshed you moments ago, now feels a little softer, a little cooler, carrying the profound, clean scent of the open ocean as twilight deepens around you. Your gaze remains fixed on the horizon, watching as the final blush of color slowly drains from the sky, receding gracefully into the western edge. The vast expanse of the ocean, which reflected molten gold earlier, now deepens to an inky, mysterious blue, its surface still shimmering faintly with the last vestiges of light. As the colors soften and fade, a single, tiny pinprick of light emerges in the darkening dome above, the very first star, a delicate jewel against the velvet expanse. Then another and another, appearing with quiet, unhurried grace, each one a silent sentinel in the vast, unfolding night, slowly populating the deepening sky. The air around you grows noticeably cooler now, a soft, pervasive chill that whispers against your skin. You feel the fine hairs on your arms gently rise, a subtle shiver of refreshment. A soft, warm weight is carefully placed over your shoulders, a cashmere blanket, its fine, incredibly soft fibers, a luxurious comfort. The subtle friction of the cashmere against your skin is a delicate, soothing sensation, its warmth a welcome embrace against the deepening evening chill. The faint, clean scent of the cashmere, a delicate, almost imperceptible aroma, adds to the sense of quiet luxury. You settle deeper into the cushioned lounge chair, allowing the soft fabric to enfold you, feeling its reassuring weight. The rhythmic lapping of the waves against the gleaming white hull of the yacht becomes more distinct in the quiet of the deepening twilight. It is a soft, continuous shush, 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 a gentle whisper of water against fiberglass, a sound that is both constant and profoundly calming. You focus on this sound, letting its steady, unhurried cadence fill your senses. Each small wave, a miniature crest and fall, creates its own unique, soft acoustic, a liquid melody that seems to wash away any lingering thoughts, leaving only a sense of peaceful presence. The water, a dark, fathomless expanse, seems to breathe with this rhythm, a vast, living entity beneath you. The subtle, continuous sway of the yacht beneath you is now more pronounced, a gentle, cradling motion that has become utterly familiar. You feel the slow, deliberate rise and fall, the almost imperceptible tilt from side to side, a natural dance with the ocean's breath. This rhythmic movement is deeply hypnotic, a soft rocking sensation that resonates through your entire body, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. It is a feeling of being gently suspended, effortlessly carried by the vast, tranquil waters. You close your eyes for a brief moment, allowing the sensation to fully envelop you, feeling the profound connection to the elemental power of the sea, yet utterly safe and secure. Opening your eyes, the sky above is now a deep, velvet indigo, peppered with countless glittering stars. The faint, distant glow of land, the scattering of soft, muted lights, appears on the far horizon, a subtle reminder of the world beyond this tranquil expanse. These lights are not bright or intrusive, but rather a soft, shimmering haze, a distant promise of human activity that does not disturb the profound peace of the ocean. They twinkle gently, almost imperceptibly, against the dark canvas, like fallen stars re-emerging from the depths. The cool sea breeze continues its gentle caress, carrying the clean, briny scent of the water, a constant, refreshing presence. The gentle, rhythmic sway of the yacht, a comforting presence throughout the tranquil night, gradually gives way to the firm, unmoving earth beneath your feet. You step from the polished gangplank onto the ancient, sun-warmed stone of the Italian coastline, feeling the solid ground after hours of liquid motion. The cool, crisp sea breeze which caressed your skin moments ago now begins to soften, slowly yielding to a different, richer atmospheric embrace. The distant whisper of waves against the hull fades behind you, replaced by a profound, earthy quiet that resonates with the deep history of the land. You move with unhurried grace along a narrow, winding path, paved with rough-hewn stones that feel cool and subtly textured beneath the soles of your soft, elegant shoes. The air here is markedly different from the open ocean. It is denser, warmer, imbued with a complex, grounding scent. This aroma is a delicate blend of dry, sun-baked earth, the faint sweetness of ripening grapes, and a subtle, almost spicy hint of wild herbs that grow along the path. It is the distinctive perfume of an Italian vineyard at dusk, a rich and inviting tapestry of natural fragrances that wraps gently around you. As you walk deeper into the estate, the path leads you through long, meticulously cultivated rows of grapevines. Their gnarled ancient trunks, twisted and weathered by countless seasons, stand like silent sentinels, each one a testament to enduring life. You reach out, your fingers lightly brushing against a broad, deep green leaf, feeling its dry, slightly rough surface, tracing the delicate, raised veins. The leaves, still warm from the day's sun, release a faint, verdant scent, a fresh counterpoint to the deeper, earthy aromas. Overhead, The sky is a magnificent canvas of deepening twilight, the last vestiges of pale lavender and soft peach melting into a vast, overarching indigo. The light in the vineyard is soft, diffused, a gentle glow that seems to emanate from the very air itself. It casts long, serene shadows between the rows of vines, creating a sense of depth and quiet mystery. You can just discern the clusters of grapes, plump and heavy, hanging hidden beneath the canopy of leaves, their dark, velvety skins absorbing the fading light. A faint, almost imperceptible rustle of leaves, stirred by a barely there breeze, whispers through the vineyard, a soft, continuous, that adds to the profound sense of evening calm. It is a sound so subtle it is almost a feeling, a gentle breath of the land itself. You pause, allowing yourself to fully absorb the quiet beauty of the scene. The subtle warmth of the earth rises around you, a grounding sensation that permeates the soles of your feet. The air, rich with the scent of soil and grapes, feels nourishing, expansive. You take a slow, deep breath, filling your lungs with the ancient, earthy perfume, feeling a deep connection to this historic land, to the cycles of nature, to the quiet rhythm of the seasons. Your eyes drift over the distant, rolling hills, their gentle contours softened by the deepening twilight, a seamless blend of greens and muted blues. A faint, almost ethereal sound reaches you from a distant grove of cypress trees, a soft, rhythmic chirp, chirp, chirp of unseen crickets, a gentle serenade to the approaching night. It is a sound that reinforces the profound quiet, a delicate punctuation in the vast stillness. You continue your slow stroll, each step deliberate, unhurried, feeling the subtle give of the earthy path beneath your feet. The evening light continues to deepen, transforming the landscape into a canvas of rich, muted tones, inviting a deeper sense of peace and contemplation. The vineyard enfolds you in its ancient, tranquil embrace, a quiet sanctuary where time seems to slow, allowing for a profound sense of calm to settle. The deep indigo of the twilight sky now fully embraces your historic Italian vineyard, the last whispers of peach and lavender having long dissolved into the vast expanse above. The earthy, complex scent of sun-baked soil and ripening grapes which has accompanied your contemplative stroll now deepens, becoming richer, more profound, a signature perfume of the approaching night. The gnarled, ancient trunks of the grapevines stand as silent, dark silhouettes against the fading light, their enduring presence a testament to centuries of quiet growth. You continue along the winding path, each slow, deliberate step accompanied by the soft, rhythmic crunch of fine gravel beneath the soles of your shoes. It is a dry, delicate sound, a consistent minsh, crush, minush, minush, that feels deeply grounding, connecting you intimately to the ancient earth. You feel the subtle variations in the size of the pebbles, some sharp and distinct, others rounded and smooth, each contributing to the gentle acoustic underfoot. The path, once bathed in dappled light, is now softened by the encompassing shadows of twilight, its contours gently blurred, inviting a more introspective pace. As you move between the meticulously cultivated rows, the air around you grows cooler, a gentle, pervasive chill that whispers softly against your skin. You reach out, your fingers lightly brushing against the broad, deep green leaves of the grapevines. They feel cooler now, their surfaces still slightly rough, but no longer retaining the day's warmth. With each passing of your hand, there is a soft, almost imperceptible rustle, a delicate whisper as the leaves gently yield and then settle back into their quiet stillness. It is a sound like hushed secrets shared by the ancient plants, a constant, soothing accompaniment to your evening walk. Your gaze drifts upwards, past the dense canopy of leaves, towards the deepening sky. The first few bright stars have now emerged, tiny pinpricks of pure light against the velvet expanse, a silent, celestial tapestry slowly unfurling above the vineyard. The faint, rhythmic chirps of unseen crickets which you heard earlier has now become a more prominent, hypnotic chorus, a vibrant yet deeply calming serenade to the night. It is a sound that seems to rise from the very earth itself, a pulse of natural life that reinforces the profound quiet of the surroundings. The distant rolling hills, once a muted blue, have now melted into the soft, dark haze of the horizon, their forms softened, almost dreamlike. You pause for a moment, coming to a complete stop between two rows of particularly old, thick-trunked vines. The gravel path lies still beneath your feet, no longer crunching, merely holding you in place. You close your eyes, taking a slow, deep breath, allowing the rich, earthy scent of the vineyard to fill your lungs completely. The aroma of dry soil, sweet grapes, and wild, unseen herbs seems to intensify in the stillness, wrapping around you like a comforting cloak. You feel the subtle coolness of the evening air on your face, a gentle caress that invigorates without disturbing your inner calm. The absence of hurried movement, the profound quiet, and the grounding sense create a deep sense of peace. Opening your eyes, the twilight has settled fully, deepening the shadows around the grapevines, making them appear even more ancient and mysterious. The rustle of the leaves, stirred by the softest breath of wind, continues its gentle whisper, a ceaseless, calming sound. The rhythmic cricket song, a steady, pulsing cadence, fills the air, inviting a deeper sense of relaxation. You simply stand there, observing the quiet beauty of the vineyard at rest, feeling utterly at one with the slow, unhurried rhythm of the earth. The world feels still, perfectly balanced, cradled in the gentle embrace of the Italian night, inviting a deeper, more profound sense of calm to settle. The deep indigo of the Italian twilight, which cradled the vineyard in its quiet embrace, now gently yields to the profound stillness of the evening. You leave the ancient rows of vines behind, the soft crunch of gravel underfoot gradually fading into memory as you approach the grand, illuminated entrance of your estate. The earthy scent of sun-baked soil and ripening grapes slowly recedes, replaced by the subtle, clean aroma of polished wood and a faint, almost imperceptible hint of beeswax that emanates from within the historic walls. You step across the threshold, and the heavy oak door swings shut behind you with a soft, resonant thud, a sound that is immediately absorbed by the hushed quiet of the interior. The air within is cooler, still, and carries a distinct, dry scent of aged paper and vinyl, a clear invitation to a different kind of sanctuary. Your footsteps are entirely muffled by the thick, plush rugs that line the grand hall, each step a silent glide across the deep pile. The evening light, now softened and diffused by intricate sconces, casts a warm, inviting glow that guides your unhurried path through the quiet expanse of the historic home. Your destination is your private listening room, a space meticulously designed for acoustic perfection and profound tranquility. As you approach its heavy, soundproof door, crafted from solid, dark mahogany, you feel a subtle shift in the air pressure, a hint of the contained silence within. You push the door inward with a deliberate, gentle touch, and it pivots open with an almost imperceptible whisper of air, revealing the quiet, dimly lit sanctuary. The air inside is perfectly still, temperature-controlled, and carries a distinct, dry aroma of old record sleeves, warm electronics, and a faint, sweet hint of aged paper. The room is bathed in a soft, ambient glow from hidden lighting, designed to create an atmosphere of focused calm. You step across the threshold, and the thick, deep-piled carpet underfoot absorbs your sound completely, creating an immediate sense of hushed reverence. The walls are lined with custom-built shelves, crafted from the same dark mahogany as the door, rising majestically towards the acoustically treated ceiling. Each shelf is filled with rows upon rows of vinyl records, their spines a rich tapestry of muted colors and elegant typography, a silent testament to a lifetime of collecting classical masterpieces. The sheer volume of the collection is impressive, yet it feels contained, organized, a library of sound waiting patiently to be brought to life. You move slowly along the rows, your fingers lightly trailing over the spines of the record sleeves. The sensation is varied. The smooth, cool slip of glossy cardboard, the dry, slightly rough texture of matte finishes, the subtle ridges of embossed titles. Each touch is a quiet connection to the music within, to the artists, to the history of recorded sound. You pause before a particular section, your eyes scanning the elegant script of the composer names, searching not for a specific piece, but for a particular resonance, a quiet invitation to an evening of deep listening. The faint scent of the vinyl itself, a subtle, almost sweet plastic aroma, rises gently as your hand passes, mingling with the dry scent of the paper sleeves. Your gaze settles on a particular album, its cover a muted sepia photograph of an orchestra in full swing, or perhaps an ancient, weathered score. You reach out, your fingers carefully encircling the edge of the record sleeve, feeling the delicate, almost imperceptible warmth of the aged cardboard. With a quiet, deliberate motion, you slide the album from its place on the shelf. There is a soft, almost soundless of cardboard against wood as it comes free. A gentle release. You hold it in your hands for a moment, feeling its familiar, reassuring weight, the solid, comforting presence of it, a promise of the rich, deep sound it contains. You hold the chosen classical vinyl album carefully in your hands, its weighty presence a comforting promise of the music to come. The delicate, almost imperceptible warmth of the aged cardboard sleeve, with its muted sepia image, feels familiar beneath your fingertips. The dry scent of old paper and the subtle, sweet aroma of the vinyl itself mingled gently in the perfectly still, temperature-controlled air of your private listening room. The soft, ambient glow from the hidden lighting casts long, serene shadows across the mahogany shelves, creating an atmosphere of focused calm and hushed anticipation. You move with unhurried grace towards the central audio console, a sleek, minimalist design, crafted from dark, polished wood and brushed metal. The surface is cool and smooth beneath your touch as you approach. On it rests your high-fidelity turntable, its polished platter gleaming softly in the subdued light, a silent invitation to an immersive, sonic journey. You carefully slide the vinyl album from its outer sleeve, feeling the subtle friction of cardboard against the record's smooth, dark surface, a soft, sheesh wisp of sound. The record itself is cool and smooth, its grooves a barely perceptible texture beneath your fingers. With meticulous care, you lift the record by its edges, avoiding any contact with the delicate playing surface. You center it precisely on the turntable spindle, feeling the satisfying thunk as it settles into place. The record now lies perfectly flat, a dark, silent disc awaiting activation. You then reach for the heavy felt mat that rests beside the turntable, its soft, slightly coarse texture, a contrast to the smooth vinyl. With a gentle motion, you lower the mat onto the record, feeling its subtle weight settle, preparing the surface for optimal playback. The faint, clean scent of the felt adds another subtle layer to the room's quiet aromas. Your attention shifts to the tone arm, a slender, precisely balanced instrument of polished metal. You grasp its delicate lift lever, feeling the cool, smooth metal. With a slow, deliberate movement, you gently raise the tone arm from its rest, guiding it carefully over the outer edge of the record. The stylus, a tiny, almost invisible diamond tip, hovers just above the outermost groove, waiting patiently. You then activate the turntable's motor, and the heavy platter begins to rotate with a soft, almost imperceptible whirring sound, a low, steady hum that quickly fades into the background, becoming a part of the profound silence. With exquisite precision, you gently lower the tone arm. The stylus descends slowly, deliberately, towards the spinning record. There is a soft, almost ethereal click, a tiny, delicate sound as the diamond tip makes contact with the vinyl. For a fleeting moment, a faint, almost inaudible crackles of static whispers through the speakers, a ghost of sound. Then, with a gentle, profound swell, the rich, warm tones of classical music begin to fill the hushed space. The sound is immediate, immersive, flowing from the meticulously positioned speakers with a pristine clarity that is both powerful and deeply soothing. The music, perhaps a gentle piano concerto or a sweeping orchestral piece, fills the acoustically perfect room, its notes resonating with a pure, unadulterated warmth. You settle back into the deep, comfortable armchair, upholstered in a soft, dark fabric, allowing the waves of sound to wash over you. The intricate melodies, the delicate harmonies, the rich, resonant bass, all blend into a seamless, enveloping sonic tapestry. You close your eyes, letting the music carry you, feeling its subtle vibrations in the air, a gentle, pervasive presence that permeates every fiber of your being. The air in the room, still and calm, seems to hold the music, allowing it to unfold with unhurried grace. The rich, warm tones of the classical music gently recede as you slowly extract yourself from the deep, comfortable armchair in your private listening room. The lingering vibrations of the cello and piano slowly fade from the air, leaving behind a profound, hushed quiet that now embraces you as you prepare for another kind of deep relaxation. The soft, ambient glow from the hidden lighting continues to cast long, serene shadows across the mahogany shelves, a quiet farewell to the world of sound. You rise with unhurried grace, the soft fabric of your robe whispering faintly as you move. Your bare feet find the thick, deep pile carpet, absorbing your every step, creating a profound sense of hush as you walk towards the soundproofed door. You push it open with a deliberate, gentle touch, and it pivots inward with an almost imperceptible sigh of air, revealing the quiet, dimly lit hallway beyond. The air here is cooler, still, carrying a faint, clean scent of polished wood and a subtle, almost imperceptible hint of fresh linen, guiding you towards your private spa. As you approach the spa entrance, a different aroma begins to unfold, a delicate blend of lavender and a hint of warm, earthy herbs, a clear invitation to profound rest. The heavy frosted glass door, cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, slides open with a soft, almost silent swish, revealing a sanctuary of serene calm. The air within is immediately warmer, humid, yet fresh, infused with the gentle, calming scents. Soft, diffused light, emanating from hidden cove lighting, casts a warm, golden glow across the smooth, pale stone walls and the polished, non-slip tiles of the floor. A distant soft gurgle of water, almost like a whisper, drifts from an unseen water feature. You step into the luxurious private spa. The subtle warmth of the floor, a comforting sensation beneath your bare feet. A plush, wide massage bed, draped in pristine white linen, stands at the center of the room, inviting you to surrender. Its surface, you note, is gently warmed, promising immediate comfort. You approach it slowly, your gaze sweeping over the soft towels, meticulously folded, and a small ceramic bowl filled with clear amber-hued oil, radiating a subtle, herbal fragrance. A single beeswax candle flickers gently in a corner, its tiny flame casting dancing shadows that sway with the imperceptible movement of air, adding a touch of living warmth to the serene space. You settle onto the massage bed, the soft linen cool and smooth against your skin for a fleeting moment before the gentle warmth of the bed begins to permeate the fabric, rising to meet you. You lie face down, allowing your body to sink into the plush support, feeling the subtle give of the cushioning beneath you. A soft, warm towel is draped gently over your lower back, its weight, a comforting, grounding presence. You close your eyes, taking a slow, deep breath, inhaling the calming scents of lavender and warm oil that now surround you, feeling a profound sense of anticipation and release. A quiet presence moves beside you, the softest tush-swish strings of fabric indicating movement. Then, a gentle touch on your back, warm and firm, followed by the first sensation of liquid warmth. A small amount of warm oil is poured onto your skin, its silky, rich texture spreading slowly, a luxurious caress. The oil is perfectly heated, neither too hot nor too cool, a seamless extension of the ambient warmth. It glides effortlessly, a smooth, continuous flow over your skin, carrying its soothing, herbal fragrance. You feel the first gentle pressure of hands, warm and skilled, beginning to work, slowly, deliberately, into the muscles of your back. A deep, unhurried relaxation begins to spread through every fiber of your being, inviting a deeper surrender. The soft glow of the candle, the subtle gurgle of distant water, and the profound quiet of the room combine to create a perfect cocoon of calm. You lie prone on the plush massage bed, enveloped in the soft, warm linen, feeling the initial application of the luxurious oil on your skin. The heat from the bed rises to meet you, a comforting, pervasive warmth that begins to relax your muscles even before the expert hands truly begin their work. The air in your private spa is humid, yet fresh, infused with the delicate, calming scents of lavender and warm, earthy herbs that promise profound tranquility. The soft, diffused glow from the hidden cove lighting casts a warm, golden radiance across the smooth, pale stone walls, creating an atmosphere of serene calm. The distant, soft gurgle of water, almost like a whisper, drifts from an unseen water feature, a constant, soothing companion. The initial gentle pressure of the hands on your back deepens, becoming a firm, yet yielding caress. You feel the warm oil, silky and rich, spreading effortlessly beneath their palms, creating a continuous, smooth glide over your skin. The touch is deliberate, unhurried, slowly beginning to work into the superficial layers of muscle. Each stroke is long, flowing, moving upwards from your lower back, across the broad expanse of your shoulder blades, then gently receding. There is a faint, almost imperceptible strool, reeds, as skin meets oiled skin, a sound so subtle it is nearly absorbed by the hushed quiet of the room. You feel a subtle easing, a first surrender of tension, as the warmth from the skilled hands penetrates deeper. The hands return, now with a more focused, kneading pressure, beginning to address the deeper layers of muscle along your spine. You feel the slow, deliberate movement of fingertips, tracing the contours of your back, seeking out and gently releasing any areas of lingering tightness. There is a profound sense of relief as small knots, previously unnoticed, slowly begin to dissolve under the expert touch. The warm oil continues to facilitate this effortless movement, its rich, nourishing texture enhancing the sensation of release. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling your chest expand and contract against the soft linen of the bed, the rhythmic rise and fall of your breath mirroring the unhurried pace of the massage. The air, rich with the calming herbal scents, feels expansive, cleansing. Your attention is then drawn to the area of your shoulders and neck, where tension often gathers. The hands shift, their movements becoming more intricate, more precise, working with a gentle yet firm pressure. You feel the subtle, almost granular texture of muscle fibers slowly relaxing, softening, under the continuous, skilled application of warmth and pressure. The sensation is one of profound release, a gradual unwinding of accumulated stress. A wave of warmth spreads from your shoulders, down your arms, and up into your neck, a pervasive, comforting heat that melts away any remaining stiffness. The soft glow of the beeswax candle in the corner casts dancing shadows on the ceiling, a silent, mesmerizing ballet that invites a deeper state of relaxation. A delicate, warm mist then begins to gently envelop you, rising from an unseen source. It is fragrant steam, carrying a more intense, yet still subtle, aroma of calming herbs and a hint of something fresh, perhaps eucalyptus. You feel the fine, moist warmth settle on your skin, a soft, pervasive embrace that deepens the relaxation of your muscles, making them even more pliable, more receptive to the soothing touch. The air, already humid, becomes even more dense with this fragrant steam, creating a cocoon of warmth and scent that wraps around you completely. The distant gurgle of water seems to soften further, becoming almost imperceptible, a faint, liquid heartbeat in the profound quiet. The hands return to broader, sweeping strokes, moving with a repetitive, almost hypnotic rhythm across your entire back. The profound sense of relaxation from your bespoke massage gently lingers as you slowly rise from the plush bed in your private spa. The warm, fragrant steam which enveloped you moments ago gradually dissipates from your skin, leaving behind a subtle, soft moisture and the delicate, calming scent of lavender and herbs. You feel a deep, pervasive calm settling in your limbs, a pleasant weightlessness that makes every movement feel unhurried, effortless. The soft white linen, still warm from the bed, whispers gently as you move, a final, comforting touch. You dress in light, comfortable clothing, perhaps a soft linen suit, its fabric cool and crisp against your skin, the subtle texture a refreshing contrast to the smoothness of the oil. Each button, each fold, is handled with a deliberate, unhurried grace. Your bare feet find the smooth, cool stone tiles of the spa floor, their solid presence, a grounding sensation after the fluidity of the water and the softness of the bed. You then step through the heavy, frosted glass door, which slides open with a soft, almost silent swish, revealing the quiet hallway beyond. The air here is drier, cooler, carrying the faint, familiar scent of polished wood and old stone. You move through the hushed corridors of the estate, your steps entirely muffled by the thick, deep pile rugs, each stride a silent glide. The evening light has now fully settled, casting deep, serene shadows that soften the edges of the grand architecture. The world outside feels distant, a gentle hum that does not penetrate the profound quiet within these walls. Your path leads you out of the estate and onto a quiet, cobbled street in a historic part of the city, where ancient buildings lean in, creating a sense of intimate enclosure. The faint scent of damp stone and distant blooming jasmine now mingles with the subtle, clean aroma of the urban evening. You approach a discreet, unassuming doorway, set within a weathered stone facade, its dark, heavy wood hinting at secrets within. There is no grand signage, only a small, polished brass plaque, subtly inscribed. You push the door open with a gentle, deliberate touch, and it yields with a soft, deep, noni, 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 instantly absorbing you into a profound silence. You step across the threshold into a small, quiet antechamber, the air within still and cool, carrying a delicate, precise scent of fine metal, clean oil, and old wood shavings. It is the distinct, almost ethereal aroma of a master watchmaker's atelier, a sanctuary dedicated to the meticulous measurement of time. You move further into the main workshop, your footsteps hushed by the worn wooden floorboards that creak faintly, only under deliberate weight, adding to the room's authenticity. The light in the atelier is focused, precise, emanating from several articulated lamps that cast pools of bright, clear illumination onto a single heavy workbench. The rest of the room recedes into soft, welcoming shadows, creating an atmosphere of intense concentration. Your gaze immediately settles on the master watchmaker, seated at the bench, utterly absorbed in his intricate work. He wears a jeweler's loupe, a tiny, magnifying lens, clamped securely in one eye socket, his brow furrowed in a quiet intensity. His hands, gnarled and steady with years of experience, move with a breathtaking precision, utterly focused on the minute components before him. You approach the workbench slowly, silently, observing the meticulous craft. The watchmaker, a figure of profound stillness, is bent over an open timepiece, its delicate mechanism exposed to the light. On the polished wooden surface of the bench, tiny gleaming tools are arranged with surgical precision, tweezers with impossibly fine tips, miniature screwdrivers, and a small, soft brush with bristles as fine as spider silk. A faint, rhythmic hintelbrise, almost imperceptible, emanates from the exposed movement, a delicate heartbeat of precision. You remain standing at the heavy workbench in the master watchmaker's quiet atelier, your gaze fixed on the intricate, open timepiece. The air, still and cool, carries the delicate, precise scent of fine metal, clean oil, and old wood shavings, a subtle perfume of dedicated craft. The focused light from the articulated lamps illuminates the minuscule components, each one a tiny marvel of engineering, gleaming softly against the polished wood of the bench. The master watchmaker's hands, steady and unhurried, continue their meticulous work, a silent ballet of precision. You watch as he carefully positions another tiny polished brass gear within the delicate mechanism. The metal glints, a fleeting sparkle in the focused light, as it settles into its designated slot with an almost imperceptible clink. His fingers, gnarled and experienced, then reach for a miniature, silver screw, no larger than a grain of sand. With a specialized, tiny screwdriver, he slowly, deliberately turns the screw, securing the component with an infinitesimal snick. The sound is so faint, so precise, it is almost swallowed by the profound quiet of the atelier. Yet you feel its resonance in the stillness. Each movement is economical, practiced, born of countless hours of patient artistry. As the watchmaker continues his work, a soft, rhythmic tick-tick emanates from the exposed movement of the watch, a delicate, constant heartbeat of precision. It is an almost imperceptible sound, yet it fills the hushed space with a profound sense of order and timelessness. You lean closer, your breath slowing, allowing the gentle rhythm to synchronize with your own breathing. The sound is not intrusive, but rather a soothing, hypnotic presence, a quiet testament to the intricate dance of the tiny gears, the delicate balance of the springs, all working in perfect harmony to measure the passage of time. The faint scent of fine lubricating oil, metallic and clean, rises subtly, a constant reminder of the intricate work unfolding before you. You observe the watchmaker's face, his brow furrowed in a quiet intensity, his eye still clamped with the jeweler's loop. His concentration is absolute, a profound stillness that radiates from him, creating a sense of deep reverence for the craft. His movements are fluid, almost meditative, each action a continuation of a centuries-old tradition. You notice the subtle play of light on the tiny, polished surfaces of the gears, catching glints of brass and steel, revealing the microscopic details that are invisible to the unaided eye. It is a world of miniature perfection, a cosmos of mechanical artistry. You take a slow, deep breath, inhaling the cool, clean air of the atelier, feeling the profound sense of calm that permeates the space. The rhythmic tick-tick-tick of the watch becomes a gentle anchor for your thoughts, allowing them to drift and settle into a peaceful, unhurried rhythm. The outside world, with its demands and distractions, feels utterly remote, replaced by the quiet, focused beauty of this meticulous craft. You feel a deep appreciation for the dedication, the patience, and the skill required to create such a precise and enduring object. The watchmaker, with a final, delicate adjustment, carefully closes the back of the timepiece. There is a soft, almost inaudible snap as the casing seals, protecting the intricate mechanism within. He then gently places the now complete watch onto a small, velvet cushion, its polished surface gleaming softly in the focused light. The rhythmic ticking, though now muffled, continues its steady beat, a quiet testament to its timeless artistry. The room remains utterly silent, save for this delicate sound, inviting a deeper sense of quiet contemplation and appreciation. You simply stand there, observing the finished piece, feeling the profound sense of peace that comes from witnessing such focused, masterful creation. The rhythmic, almost imperceptible ticking of the masterfully crafted watch gently fades from your awareness as you step from the quiet atelier onto the cool, cobbled street. The precise scent of fine metal and old wood shavings slowly recedes, replaced by the crisp, clean air of the early Parisian morning. The ancient stone buildings which leaned in to create an intimate enclosure now stand bathed in a soft, ethereal light, the first blush of dawn painting their weathered facades in gentle hues of rose and gray. You walk with unhurried grace along the narrow street, the faint, rhythmic tuck-tap-tap of your elegant shoes on the uneven cobblestones, a soft, grounding sound. The air is cool and fresh, carrying a delicate blend of damp stone, the subtle sweetness of distant blooming jasmine, and a new, invigorating aroma, the rich, roasted scent of freshly brewed coffee. It is a scent that promises warmth and a gentle awakening, drawing you towards a quiet corner of the city. The city, still largely asleep, offers only hushed murmurs, a distant, gentle hum that is more felt than heard. As you turn onto a quieter boulevard, your gaze settles on a charming, unassuming cafe terrace. It is almost entirely empty, save for a few meticulously arranged tables and chairs, each one promising a moment of serene solitude. The wrought iron chairs, painted a deep, classic green, stand patiently on the smooth gray flagstones. Small, round marble tables, their surfaces cool and pristine, gleam softly in the nascent morning light. The few potted geraniums, their petals, a vibrant, cheerful red, offer a splash of color against the subdued tones of the street, their leaves still holding tiny, perfect dewdrops. You choose a table nestled against the ornate, wrought iron railing, offering a quiet view of the awakening street. You settle into the comfortable chair, feeling the cool, smooth metal against your fingertips as you adjust. The marble table is cool and solid beneath your palms, a grounding presence. Almost immediately, a silent server approaches, their movements graceful and unobtrusive. With a soft, almost imperceptible swish of linen, a small, white cloth napkin, crisp and freshly laundered, is placed precisely beside your setting. Moments later, a tiny, pristine white porcelain cup, thick-walled and perfectly formed, is placed before you. It is accompanied by a gleaming silver spoon, its surface cool and smooth, and a small square packet of raw sugar. Then, the focal point, a perfectly brewed espresso. The dark, rich liquid fills the cup, topped with a delicate, golden-brown crema, so smooth and unblemished it appears almost like velvet. The aroma that rises from the cup is immediate and intense, a deep, complex fragrance of roasted coffee beans, hints of dark chocolate, and a subtle, earthy sweetness. The warmth radiating from the small cup is palpable, a comforting presence that gently warms your fingertips. You lift the cup, feeling its satisfying weight, the delicate warmth of the porcelain against your hands. You bring it slowly to your lips, inhaling the potent aroma, one last time before the first sip. The liquid is intensely rich, a concentrated burst of flavor that coats your tongue with its velvety texture. It is warm, dark, and perfectly balanced, leaving a lingering, complex aftertaste that is both invigorating and deeply satisfying. You feel the subtle warmth spread through your chest, a gentle awakening that is entirely unhurried, entirely peaceful. You set the cup back down with a soft, almost inaudible clink on its saucer, the sound echoing gently in the quiet morning air. Your gaze drifts across the almost empty terrace, then out to the street. A lone cyclist glides past, their tires making a soft, continuous, whirring sound on the cobblestones, a fleeting presence in the stillness. The early morning light continues to brighten, painting the facades of the buildings in ever clearer detail. The rich, dark aroma of your freshly brewed espresso still lingers gently in the cool, crisp air of the quiet Parisian cafe terrace. The delicate golden brown crema, which topped your porcelain cup, has now softened, a subtle invitation for another sip. The early morning light, which earlier painted the weathered facades in gentle hues, now brightens further, illuminating the cobblestones with a soft, even glow. The city, still in its gentle awakening, continues its hushed murmurs, a distant, soothing hum that is more felt than heard. You lift the small, thick-walled porcelain cup once more, feeling its familiar, comforting weight, the delicate warmth of the china against your fingertips. You bring it slowly to your lips, the subtle scent of roasted coffee beans filling your senses before the liquid touches your tongue. Another slow, deliberate sip, the intensely rich flavor coating your palate, a warm, dark, and perfectly balanced sensation that spreads a gentle warmth through your chest. The lingering aftertaste is complex, satisfying, a quiet punctuation to the tranquil morning. You set the cup back down with a soft, almost inaudible, not slank on its saucer, the sound echoing briefly in the quiet air. Your gaze drifts across the almost empty terrace, then out to the street, observing the subtle unfolding of the city. A small, elegant delivery van, its engine a low, distant hum, glides past, its tires making a soft, continuous, whirring sound on the cobblestones. It is a fleeting presence, moving with an unhurried grace, a silent participant in the morning ritual. The gentle hum of the city, previously a distant murmur, now begins to grow, a collective breath that slowly expands, yet remains soft, never intrusive, merely a gentle backdrop to your quiet moment. It is the sound of a city stirring, of life gradually returning, yet doing so with a profound, unhurried calm. You reach for the small, square packet of raw sugar that rests beside your cup. Your fingers find its dry, slightly coarse texture. With a delicate, almost imperceptible frivolity, you tear open one corner, feeling the slight resistance of the paper. A faint, sweet scent of cane sugar rises, a subtle contrast to the dark coffee aroma. You gently pour a tiny stream of the golden crystals into your cup, watching as they dissolve silently into the remaining dark liquid, creating a faint, swirling pattern that quickly disappears. Then, with the gleaming silver spoon, cool and smooth, you stir the coffee with a slow, rhythmic motion. The soft clink, clink, clink of the spoon against the porcelain is a delicate, precise sound, a quiet stirring that blends the sweetness into the rich brew. You close your eyes for a brief moment, allowing the crisp, cool air of the morning to caress your face, feeling its refreshing touch against your skin. The subtle warmth from the porcelain cup, the rich aroma of the coffee, and the gentle hum of the waking city all blend into a seamless, profoundly soothing experience. You breathe slowly, deeply, filling your lungs with the clean, fresh air, feeling a deep sense of peace settle within you. The distant sounds of the city, a symphony of gentle activity, seem to reinforce the tranquility of your private moment, never disturbing, always a soft, comforting presence. Opening your eyes, the morning light has now fully arrived, illuminating the intricate details of the wrought iron railing, the vibrant red of the geraniums, and the ancient, weathered facades of the buildings across the street. A lone pigeon coos softly from a nearby rooftop, its gentle call a quiet punctuation in the stillness. The rich aroma of coffee still lingers, a warm, inviting presence that wraps around you. You simply sit, observing the serene beauty of the awakening city, feeling utterly at peace, suspended in the gentle rhythm of the day's beginning. The rich aroma of your perfectly brewed espresso gently recedes as you rise from the elegant wrought iron chair on the quiet Parisian cafe terrace. The cool, crisp air of the early morning, which invigorated you moments ago, slowly softens, yielding to a different, warmer atmospheric embrace. The gentle hum of the waking city, a distant, soothing presence, gradually fades behind you as you move away from the cobblestone street. Each step is unhurried, a soft, almost silent movement as you prepare for a change of scenery. A transition from the urban awakening to a more verdant, enclosed tranquility. You leave the quiet boulevard, the antique building slowly receding from view, and find yourself transported, with a subtle shift in the air, to a different estate, one where the morning sun now bathes a magnificent glass structure. The air here is immediately warmer, humid, and infused with a complex, sweet green scent of flourishing plant life and damp earth, a stark, yet utterly inviting contrast to the city air. Your soft, comfortable shoes find the smooth, cool flagstones of a narrow pathway, each step silent, absorbing the gentle warmth of the morning sun that has already begun to heat the stone. The path leads you directly to the entrance of your sunlit conservatory, a grand expanse of gleaming glass and delicate ironwork. As you push open one of the tall, slender glass doors, it swings inward with a soft, almost imperceptible whoosh of air, revealing a breathtaking interior. The light inside is abundant, pure, and golden, streaming through the vast panes of glass from every angle, illuminating every leaf and blossom with an ethereal glow. The air is warm and moist, carrying a rich, pervasive fragrance of blooming flowers, damp soil, and the subtle, clean scent of glass warmed by the sun. It is a living, breathing space, filled with a profound sense of calm. You step across the threshold, and the smooth, cool terracotta tiles beneath your feet provide a gentle, earthy grounding. Around you, a verdant tapestry of exotic plants thrives, their leaves a myriad of greens, from deepest forest to freshest lime, their surfaces glistening with tiny, perfect dewdrops. In the center of the conservatory, a long, elegant work table, crafted from pale, unstained oak, stands ready. On its surface, a collection of pristine, clear glass vases of various sizes gleam, catching the abundant light and reflecting it in soft, shifting patterns. Beside them, a pair of slender, silver floral shears rests, their blades polished to a mirror sheen. Your gaze falls upon a large, shallow basket, woven from fine willow, filled with a fresh harvest of blooms, gathered moments ago from your extensive gardens. The colors are a delicate symphony, soft, creamy whites of heritage roses, the pale, ethereal blues of hydrangeas, the gentle purples of lavender sprigs, and the vibrant, cheerful yellow of sun-kissed daffodils. The petals, cool and velvety to the touch, are still slightly damp with morning dew, and their collective fragrance is intoxicating, a pure, unadulterated essence of spring and early summer. You reach in, your fingers lightly brushing the cool, delicate petals, feeling their soft, yielding texture. You lift a single, creamy white rose from the basket, its stem cool and firm in your hand. The subtle, sweet perfume of the rose, distinct from the general floral aroma, rises immediately, a delicate, complex fragrance that fills your senses. With unhurried precision, you place the rose on the smooth oak table, its cool stem resting gently against the warm wood. You then select a sprig of pale lavender, its tiny blossoms a soft, muted purple, feeling the delicate, almost imperceptible texture of its narrow leaves. The herbaceous, calming scent of the lavender is immediate, a fresh, clean counterpoint to the sweetness of the rose. With the slender silver shears, you carefully trim the end of the rose stem. You stand before the long, pale oak work table in your sunlit conservatory, the cool, smooth terracotta tiles beneath your feet, a grounding presence. The clear glass vase, now holding a creamy white rose and a sprig of pale lavender, catches the pure, golden light streaming through the vast panes, reflecting it in soft, shifting patterns. The air is warm and moist, thick with the rich, pervasive fragrance of blooming flowers, damp soil, and the subtle, clean scent of sun-warmed glass. The delicate herbaceous aroma of the lavender and the sweet perfume of the rose mingle gently, creating a harmonious blend that calms the senses. Your gaze returns to the large, shallow willow basket, still brimming with a fresh harvest of blooms. The vibrant colors, from the ethereal blues of hydrangeas to the cheerful yellows of daffodils, beckon with their delicate beauty. You reach in once more, your fingers lightly brushing against the cool, velvety petals, feeling their soft, yielding texture, still slightly damp with the morning's dew. The gentle rustle of petals against your fingertips, a sound like dry silk, is almost imperceptible, yet profoundly soothing in the quiet of the conservatory. You select a cluster of hydrangea, its delicate florets a soft, muted blue, almost lavender in the abundant light. Its stem is firm, cool to the touch. With unhurried precision, you place the hydrangea cluster on the smooth oak table beside the vase, its cool stem resting gently against the warm wood. The subtle, fresh scent of the hydrangea, a faint, almost green aroma, rises to meet you, a refreshing counterpoint to the sweeter floral notes already in the air. You pick up the slender, silver floral shears, their polished blades gleaming softly. With a slow, deliberate motion, you carefully trim the end of the hydrangea stem. There is a soft, satisfying snip, a crisp, clean sound that echoes faintly in the sunlit air, a delicate punctuation in the quiet. You then gently strip a few lower leaves from the stem, feeling their cool, slightly rough texture slide away between your fingers, falling silently onto the table, joining the small, green pile. You pick up another clear glass vase, its surface cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, feeling its delicate yet substantial weight. With a graceful tilt, you fill it with cool, fresh water from the nearby pitcher, the soft, continuous gurgle, a soothing, liquid sound. The water, clear and sparkling, reflects the golden sunlight, creating dancing patterns on the table. You then carefully insert the prepared hydrangea cluster into this new vase, feeling the cool water rise around its stem. The soft blue florets settle, their colors vibrant against the clear glass, catching the light with a quiet elegance. The water, slightly disturbed, creates a faint, almost imperceptible ripple, a gentle visual movement. Your eyes drift over the developing arrangement, observing the interplay of colors and forms. The creamy white of the rose, the soft purple of the lavender, and the ethereal blue of the hydrangea create a serene, harmonious palette. The gentle warmth of the filtered morning light bathes the entire scene, softening the edges, enhancing the delicate hues, making the vibrant colors appear almost luminous. The subtle shadows cast by the leaves and petals dance softly on the table, shifting with the imperceptible movement of the sun, adding a quiet, living dimension to the stillness. You take a slow, deep breath, inhaling the rich, complex bouquet of the fresh blooms. The sweet, clean scent fills your lungs, a profound and grounding presence. The soft rustle of leaves from the plants around you, stirred by a barely there breath of air, is a continuous, gentle whisper, a natural lullaby. You simply stand, immersed in the delicate art of arranging, feeling the cool glass of the vases, the smooth oak of the table, the warmth of the sun on your skin. The sweet, pervasive fragrance of blooming flowers and damp soil, which filled your sunlit conservatory, slowly begins to recede as you turn from the pale oak work table. The clear glass vases, now holding their vibrant arrangements, catch the pure, golden light, reflecting it in soft, shifting patterns, a quiet tableau of composed beauty. You take a final, slow breath, letting the delicate, complex bouquet of fresh blooms settle deep within your senses, a gentle farewell to the verdant warmth. You move with unhurried grace towards one of the tall, slender glass doors of the conservatory. Your hand finds the cool, smooth metal of the handle. With a soft, almost imperceptible whoosh of air, the door swings outward, and you step across the threshold, leaving the humid, fragrant air behind. The outside air is immediately cooler, drier, carrying a faint, clean scent of distant, damp earth, and the subtle, elusive aroma of old stone. Your soft, comfortable shoes find the smooth, cool flagstones of the pathway, each step silent, absorbing the gentle warmth of the morning sun that still bathes the stone. The path leads you away from the conservatory, through a quiet, shaded courtyard where ancient ivy clings to weathered stone walls, its deep green leaves rustling faintly in a barely there breeze. The light here is dappled, softened by the high walls, creating intricate patterns of light and shadow that dance lazily on the ground. The air is still, holding a profound quiet, broken only by the distant, almost imperceptible cooing of a wood pigeon, a soft, rhythmic sound that reinforces the tranquility. Your footsteps are entirely muffled by the fine, dry moss that grows between the flagstones, each stride a silent glide through the serene morning. As you approach a heavy, ancient oak door, set deep within a stone archway, it appears as a solid, dark presence against the pale, sun-warmed stone. Your hand reaches for the cool, smooth iron handle, feeling its substantial weight and the subtle texture of the aged metal. With a deliberate, unhurried push, the door yields slowly inward, moving with a deep, resonant thud that is quickly absorbed by the hushed quiet of the interior. You step across the threshold into a quiet, expansive hall, the air within cooler, drier, carrying a distinct, clean scent of old wood, fine leather, and a faint, almost imperceptible hint of beeswax. It is the signature aroma of your secluded estate, a grounding perfume of history. Your path leads you to a spacious, sun-drenched study, a room designed for quiet contemplation and focused work. As you enter, the morning sun, now higher in the sky, streams through tall, mullioned windows, bathing the room in a soft, ethereal light. Dust motes, tiny and iridescent, dance lazily in the golden shafts, a quiet spectacle of the morning. The air is still, calm, carrying the subtle scent of aged paper and polished wood. In the center of the room, a magnificent, dark mahogany desk stands, its expansive, polished surface gleaming softly, reflecting the abundant light with a deep, warm glow. You approach the desk slowly, your soft shoes sinking into the thick, deep pile rug that covers the polished wooden floor, silencing your every step. Your fingers lightly trace the cool, smooth surface of the polished mahogany, feeling the subtle grain beneath your touch, a profound connection to the natural material. On the desk, neatly rolled and secured with slender brass weights, lie several large sheets of heavy, creamy paper. These are the intricate architectural plans for a new wing of your secluded estate, waiting patiently for your review. The faint, dry scent of the paper, tinged with a delicate, almost sweet aroma of old ink, rises softly into the air, a subtle perfume of meticulous design. With unhurried grace, you gently release the brass weights. There is a soft, resonant 90 tetralong as the cool metal touches the polished mahogany. You stand at the magnificent, dark mahogany desk. The intricate architectural plans for your new estate wing spread open before you. The thick, creamy paper, cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, absorbs the abundant, golden morning light that streams through the tall, mullioned windows. The faint, dry scent of the paper, tinged with the delicate aroma of old ink, rises softly into the calm air of the study. A subtle perfume of meticulous design. Your gaze sweeps across the fine lines and precise annotations, envisioning the future elegance of the space. You lean closer, your eyes tracing the delicate, almost imperceptible lines that define each room, each corridor, each subtle curve of the proposed structure. The blueprint is a world of miniature detail, a silent promise of grand spaces and intimate corners. You notice the precise placement of windows, designed to capture the morning sun or frame a particular view of the sprawling gardens. The faint dry rustle of the paper, a sound like dried leaves whispering in a gentle breeze, is almost imperceptible as you lean in, a quiet unveiling of detailed vision. The sunlight catches the delicate lines, making them stand out with a subtle clarity, inviting a deep, unhurried examination of every minute detail. Your index finger, with a feather-light touch, begins to trace the outline of a proposed new library wing, feeling the smooth, almost slick surface of the vellum overlay that protects the primary drawing. The vellum, translucent and cool, adds a subtle depth to the underlying blueprint, allowing you to envision layers of space. Your fingertip glides effortlessly along the precise lines, feeling the barely there raised texture of the ink. You imagine the feel of the polished oak floors, the scent of new books, the quiet light filtering through tall windows, all waiting to be brought into existence. This quiet, tactile exploration allows the vision to solidify, to become more real, more tangible. You pause, allowing your gaze to soften, taking in the overall flow and harmony of the proposed design. The architects have captured the essence of understated luxury, blending seamlessly with the existing structure of your secluded estate. The balance of light and shadow, the proportion of each room, the gentle transition from one space to another, all are meticulously planned, ensuring a profound sense of calm and effortless living. You take a slow, deep breath, inhaling the subtle scent of paper and wood, feeling a deep connection to the creative process, to the careful planning that precedes such elegant construction. Your attention then drifts to the small, polished brass weights that were used to hold the plans flat. You reach for one, feeling its cool, smooth, substantial weight in your palm. The metal is unyielding, a solid presence. You gently pick it up, turning it over, observing the faint, almost imperceptible etchings on its surface. The brass gleams softly in the golden light, reflecting a tiny, distorted image of the intricate plans. You set it back down with a soft, resonant clink on the polished mahogany, the sound echoing briefly in the still air before fading into the profound quiet of the study. You lean back slightly in your comfortable leather chair, feeling the soft, supportive give of the aged hide, the faint, comforting scent of old leather rising gently around you. Your eyes once more sweep across the entire expanse of the architectural plans. The smooth vellum, with its precise, delicate lines, lies still and serene, a silent promise of future elegance. The golden morning light continues to bathe the room, highlighting the intricate details, inviting a deeper sense of contemplation. The study remains utterly silent, filled only with the soft, luminous glow and the quiet presence of these detailed blueprints, inviting you to envision the tranquil beauty that is yet to be. The subtle scent of paper and old ink which permeated your sun-drenched study slowly recedes as you gently roll up the architectural plans for your new estate wing. The thick, creamy paper, cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, yields with a soft, dry, sure wisp, a delicate sound that echoes briefly in the quiet air before fading. You secure the rolled plans with slender brass weights, their cool, smooth surfaces, a grounding presence, a subtle closure to the vision of future elegance. You rise from the comfortable leather chair, the soft, supportive give of the aged hide, gently releasing your form. The faint, comforting scent of old leather slowly dissipates as you move away from the desk. Your soft shoes sink into the thick, deep pile rug that covers the polished wooden floor, silencing your every step as you leave the study. A profound sense of hush accompanying you. The morning light, which earlier streamed through the tall, mullioned windows, has softened to a gentle, diffused glow, casting longer, serene shadows throughout the grand hallways of your secluded estate. Your path leads you to a quiet, elegant drawing room, a space designed for contemplation and gentle intellectual pursuits. As you approach the entrance, the air within is cool and still, carrying a faint, clean scent of polished wood, beeswax, and a subtle, almost imperceptible hint of old parchment. The heavy, dark wood door, its surface smooth and cool to the touch, stands slightly ajar, inviting you in. You push it open fully with a deliberate, gentle touch, and it pivots inward with a soft, deep pala that is quickly absorbed by the hushed quiet of the room. You step across the threshold, and the plush, deep pile carpet underfoot absorbs your sound completely, creating an immediate sense of hushed reverence. The room is bathed in a soft ambient light, diffused by tall leaded windows that overlook a quiet inner courtyard. Rich, dark wood paneling lines the walls, its polished surface gleaming softly, reflecting the gentle glow without harshness. In the center of the room, a low, exquisitely carved antique table, crafted from a rich, dark burl wood, stands as the focal point. Its polished surface gleams with a deep, warm luster, reflecting the soft light in subtle, shifting patterns. On the table, a magnificent chess set awaits, its pieces arranged in their starting positions, a silent invitation to a game of strategy and quiet contemplation. The chessboard itself is a work of art, crafted from alternating squares of highly polished dark ebony and creamy white ivory. Their surface is cool and smooth, reflecting the light with a subtle sheen. The chess pieces, carved from the same exquisite materials, stand tall and elegant, their forms intricate and perfectly balanced. The dark ebony pieces, cool and dense, contrast beautifully with the creamy white ivory, which feels smooth and almost warm to the touch. You approach the table slowly, your gaze sweeping over the perfectly aligned pieces, feeling the subtle anticipation of the game. You settle into a deep, comfortable armchair, upholstered in a rich, dark velvet, positioned directly opposite the board. The plush cushions yield softly, conforming to your form, and the smooth, cool velvet feels luxurious against your skin. You rest your forearms lightly on the polished burl wood of the table, feeling its cool, solid presence. Your eyes drift over the pieces, contemplating the opening moves, the infinite possibilities contained within these 64 squares. The air in the room is still, calm, carrying the faint, clean scent of polished wood and the subtle, almost metallic aroma of the ivory. Your hand reaches out, your fingers encircling a creamy white pawn. The ivory is cool and smooth, its subtle weight a familiar presence in your palm. With a slow, deliberate motion, you gently lift the pawn from its square. You sit opposite the magnificent chessboard, the polished ebony and creamy ivory squares reflecting the soft, ambient light of the drawing room. The subtle scent of polished wood, beeswax, and a faint, almost metallic aroma of the ivory pieces fills the calm air. Your own opening move, the creamy white pawn, rests silently in its new position, a quiet invitation to the unfolding game. The deep, comfortable armchair, upholstered in rich, dark velvet, cradles you gently, its plush cushions conforming to your form, enhancing the sense of profound stillness. Your gaze is fixed on the board, contemplating the intricate dance of strategy. Your silent opponent, an unseen entity of logic and foresight, has already made their response. A dark ebony pawn, cool and dense, has moved forward 2 squares, mirroring your opening, a subtle challenge. The piece itself, carved with exquisite detail, stands firm on its dark square, its polished surface absorbing the ambient light. The movement was silent, a phantom glide, leaving only the visual evidence of its new position. The air in the room is still, calm, holding the quiet tension of the game, yet it is a tension that is contemplative, not stressful, inviting a deeper focus. You lean forward slightly, your forearms resting lightly on the polished burl wood of the antique table. Your eyes drift over the board, considering the myriad of possibilities, the intricate web of cause and effect. The subtle challenge of the game is a gentle engagement for the mind, a way to focus thought without demanding emotional intensity. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the quiet rhythm of your own breathing, allowing it to become a steady backdrop to your strategic contemplation. The soft ambient light, diffused by the tall, leaded windows, casts long, serene shadows across the polished wood paneling, deepening the sense of quiet enclosure. Your hand reaches out, your fingers encircling a dark, ebony night. The carved wood is cool and smooth beneath your touch, its subtle weight a familiar presence in your palm. With a slow, deliberate motion, you gently lift the knight from its square. There is a soft, almost imperceptible clack as it detaches from the board, a delicate, resonant sound that echoes briefly in the hushed room. You then move the knight, its polished base gliding effortlessly across the smooth surface of the board, tracing an elegant L shape across the squares. The movement is precise, unhurried, a soft, almost soundless glide that ends with a gentle, solid, the mood, as it settles into its new position. The subtle click of carved wood on the board, the faint sound of the piece finding its place, is deeply satisfying, a quiet punctuation in the stillness. You lean back again, allowing the plush velvet cushions to cradle you, your gaze once more sweeping across the board. The position has shifted, the dynamic altered, yet the underlying calm of the game remains. The initial strategic thought, once sharp and focused, now begins to gently fade, slowly yielding to a more peaceful, rhythmic contemplation. The moves, though still deliberate, become less about intense calculation and more about a flowing, intuitive understanding of the board, a quiet dance of pieces across the polished squares. The air in the room, still and serene, holds the faint scent of polished wood and beeswax, a comforting presence. The drawing room remains utterly silent, filled only with the soft, ambient light and the quiet presence of the chess pieces, waiting patiently for the next move. Your breathing slows, becoming long and even, almost imperceptible. The gentle click of carved wood on the board, the soft glide of the pieces, and the profound quiet of the room combine to create a deeply soothing, almost hypnotic rhythm. You feel utterly at peace, suspended in this timeless game, allowing strategic thought to dissipate, replaced by a profound sense of quiet contemplation and gentle, rhythmic presence. The quiet click of carved wood on the chessboard, a gentle punctuation in the stillness of the drawing room, slowly fades from your awareness. The strategic thought which earlier engaged your mind now gently recedes, replaced by a deep, pervasive sense of calm. You rise from the deep velvet armchair, its plush cushions reluctantly releasing your form with a soft, hushed whisper of fabric. The faint scent of polished wood and beeswax lingers in the air, a subtle farewell to the game. You move with unhurried grace through the hushed corridors of the estate, your soft shoes sinking into the thick, deep pile rugs, silencing your every step. The evening light has now fully deepened tonight, casting long, profound shadows that soften the edges of the grand architecture. The world outside feels utterly distant, replaced by a profound, almost ethereal quiet that resonates within these ancient walls. The air here is cooler, still, carrying a faint, clean scent of old stone and a subtle, almost imperceptible hint of distant, night-blooming jasmine, guiding you towards a unique sanctuary. Your path leads you to a secluded corner of the estate, where a circular stone building rises subtly from the landscape. This is your personal observatory, a haven dedicated to the quiet contemplation of the cosmos. As you approach the heavy, dark oak door, its surface smooth and cool to the touch, you feel a subtle shift in the air, a hint of the contained stillness within. You push the door open with a deliberate, gentle touch, and it yields slowly inward, moving with a deep, resonant fear that is quickly absorbed by the profound quiet of the interior. You step across the threshold into a small, dark antechamber, the air within still and cool, carrying a distinct, dry scent of fine metal, clean optics, and a faint, subtle aroma of aged wood. It is the signature perfume of a space dedicated to the heavens, a sanctuary where time is measured not in minutes, but in light years. You then pass through a second, lighter door, crafted from brushed aluminum, which slides open with a soft, almost silent swish, revealing the main observatory dome. The interior of the dome is a vast, circular space, its curved walls a deep, calming indigo, designed to absorb all ambient light. The floor, a smooth, dark, polished concrete, reflects the subtle glow of the control panels with a muted sheen. In the center, A magnificent, gleaming telescope, its polished brass and dark steel surfaces catching the faint red glow of the control lights, stands sentinel, pointing silently towards the unseen heavens. The air is perfectly still, temperature-controlled and profoundly quiet, creating an atmosphere of intense concentration and awe. You move slowly towards the central console, your footsteps hushed by the smooth concrete floor. Your fingers lightly trace the cool, smooth surface of a polished steel lever. With a deliberate, unhurried motion, you activate the dome's rotation mechanism. There is a soft, almost imperceptible chonuz whir, a low, steady hum that begins deep within the walls. The massive, curved dome above you begins to rotate with a slow, majestic grace. The slit in the dome, a long, dark opening, moves slowly across the ceiling, revealing the vast, star-studded sky outside with breathtaking slowness. The sound of the rotation is a continuous, deep, hypnotic presence that fills the quiet space, a mechanical heartbeat that connects you to the silent movement of the cosmos. As the slit in the dome aligns with your desired celestial view, the rotation mechanism slowly, imperceptibly, comes to a gentle stop. The soft whir fades, leaving behind a profound, almost absolute silence. Through the dark opening, the vast, star-studded sky is revealed in all its breathtaking glory. Countless stars, tiny pinpricks of pure, undiluted light, glitter with an intense brilliance against the velvet blackness of the night. You sit in the quiet solitude of your personal observatory dome, enveloped by the profound silence that only such a space can offer. The massive, curved dome, now perfectly still, frames the vast, star-studded sky through its open slit. The air is cool and still, carrying the faint scent of metal and clean air, a grounding presence as you gaze upon the infinite expanse. Countless stars, tiny pinpricks of pure, undiluted light, glitter with an intense brilliance against the velvet blackness of the night, a silent, swirling tapestry of cosmic dust and distant suns. Your eyes, now fully accustomed to the darkness, absorb the breathtaking panorama above. The Milky Way, a luminous river of starlight, stretches majestically across the heavens, its faint, ethereal glow, a silent testament to the countless stars contained within our own galaxy. You trace its nebulous form, feeling a profound sense of wonder and humility in the face of such immense beauty and scale. Each tiny distant star, each faint cluster, seems to pulse with its own silent energy, a quiet, continuous dance of light across the vast canvas of night. The air in the dome remains perfectly still, holding the profound quiet, enhancing the sense of deep connection to the cosmos. You reach out, your fingers lightly touching the cool, smooth surface of the telescope's polished brass barrel. The metal feels solid and substantial beneath your touch, a conduit to distant worlds. You adjust a tiny, knurled knob with a precise, almost imperceptible turn, feeling the subtle resistance of the mechanism. There is a faint, low whir from within the telescope's mount as the optical tube makes a minute, almost invisible adjustment, tracking a celestial object with silent precision. The sound is so subtle it is easily absorbed by the vast silence of the dome, merely a whisper of technology at work. Through the eyepiece, a distant galaxy swims into view, a faint, ethereal spiral of light, millions of light-years away. Its delicate arms, composed of countless stars, are rendered in soft, muted tones of silver and gray, a breathtaking vision of cosmic grandeur. You lean closer, your eye pressed gently against the cool, smooth rubber of the eyepiece, allowing your vision to fully immerse itself in the endless wonder. The faint glow of the galaxy, though distant, feels intensely present, a silent, luminous entity hanging suspended in the profound blackness of space. The air in the dome, cool and still, holds the faint scent of clean optics, a subtle aroma that enhances the sense of focused observation. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling your chest expand and contract against the soft fabric of your clothing. The rhythm of your breathing becomes long and even, almost imperceptible, synchronizing with the profound stillness of the observatory. The cool, still air, the profound silence, and the endless wonder of distant galaxies combine to create a deeply soothing, almost hypnotic rhythm. Your mind, previously engaged with the intricate details of the galaxy, now begins to drift, softening, allowing thoughts to disperse like wisps of cosmic dust in the vast emptiness. There is no urgency, no demand, only the tranquil contemplation of the universe, a silent, awe-inspiring presence. You lean back slightly in the comfortable, low-slung chair, your gaze returning to the wider expanse of the star-studded sky through the dome's opening. The countless stars, each one a distant sun, glitter with an unwavering brilliance, their light a timeless message from across the universe. The vastness is not overwhelming, but rather profoundly calming, a reminder of infinite scale and endless cycles. The profound quiet of the observatory, the cool, still air, and the silent, luminous dance of distant galaxies all blend into a seamless, profoundly soothing experience. The cool, still air and profound silence of your personal observatory dome gently recede as you slowly extract yourself from the low-slung chair. The endless wonder of distant galaxies which filled your vision moments ago slowly softens in your memory, replaced by the quiet anticipation of another kind of ancient beauty. You push open the brushed aluminum door, which slides open with a soft, almost silent swish, and step into the small, dark antechamber. The air here is still and cool, carrying the faint scent of metal and clean air, a subtle farewell to the cosmic expanse. You then pass through the heavy, dark oak door, which yields slowly outward with a deep, resonant thud that is quickly absorbed by the hushed quiet of the estate's main hall. The air here is warmer, drier, carrying the familiar scent of old stone, polished wood, and a faint, almost imperceptible hint of beeswax. Your soft shoes sink into the thick, deep pile rugs, silencing your every step as you move through the grand corridors, the profound shadows of night now fully embracing the architectural forms. Your path leads you deeper into the heart of the estate, towards your personal library, a sanctuary of ancient knowledge and quiet contemplation. As you approach the heavy, dark walnut double doors, their polished surfaces gleaming softly in the ambient, diffused light, you feel a sense of profound peace settling over you. You push one door inward with a deliberate, gentle touch, and it pivots open with a slow, almost imperceptible sigh, revealing the warm, inviting space within. The air inside is rich, thick with the scent of countless stories, of centuries-old knowledge, of carefully preserved paper, and the subtle, earthy aroma of well-tended leather bindings. It is a scent that speaks of time, of quiet contemplation, and of enduring beauty. You step across the threshold, and the plush, deep pile carpet underfoot absorbs your sound completely, creating an immediate sense of hushed reverence. The room is bathed in a soft, indirect light emanating from hidden sconces that cast a warm golden glow, illuminating the floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. Each shelf is meticulously filled with volumes, their spines a kaleidoscope of muted colors, deep crimsons, forest greens, burnished golds, and soft, aged browns, a silent testament to a lifetime of collecting. In the center of the room, a large, antique reading table, crafted from dark, polished oak, stands as the focal point. Its surface gleams softly, reflecting the ambient light with a deep, warm luster. On the table, carefully positioned on a velvet cushion, rests an ancient illuminated manuscript, its cover a rich, dark leather, subtly faded at the edges with the gentle passage of centuries. Its presence is profound, a tangible link to a distant past. You approach it slowly, your gaze fixed on the intricate, gold-tooled patterns on its cover, feeling the subtle anticipation of revealing its inner treasures. You settle into a deep, comfortable leather armchair, upholstered in a rich, dark hide, positioned directly opposite the table. The plush cushions yield softly, conforming to your form, and the smooth, cool leather feels luxurious against your skin. You rest your forearms lightly on the polished oak of the table, feeling its cool, solid presence. Your hands, with a deliberate, unhurried grace, reach out and gently open the heavy leather cover of the manuscript. There is a soft, dry creak as the aged binding yields, a sound like ancient wood whispering secrets. The first few pages, made of delicate vellum or parchment, are thick and slightly stiff, their edges a pale, creamy yellow, almost translucent in the soft light. The faint, dry scent of old animal hide and ancient ink rises from the open pages, a unique, earthy aroma that speaks of time, of patient artistry, and of forgotten hands. You lean closer, your breath slowing, drawn into the profound history contained within these pages. You sit in the deep, comfortable leather armchair, the ancient illuminated manuscript open before you on the polished oak reading table. The faint, dry scent of aged parchment and ancient ink, a profound perfume of history, rises gently from the delicate pages, filling the calm air of your hushed library. The soft golden glow from the hidden sconces illuminates the intricate hand-painted illuminations, their vibrant blues, reds, and golds still breathtakingly intense, a silent testament to enduring artistry. Your index finger, with its feather-light touch, rests gently on the bottom corner of a newly revealed page. You feel the almost imperceptible resistance of the delicate, fragile parchment, a soft, dry crispness against your skin. With a slow, deliberate motion, you carefully lift the page, guiding it upwards and over. There is a faint, hushed shwisp as the page detaches itself from its companion, a sound so subtle it is almost imagined, a soft rustle that is both fragile and profound. The newly revealed page, pristine and inviting, comes into view, adorned with further intricate artistry, waiting patiently for your gaze. Each turn of the page is a quiet journey through time, a gentle unfolding of beauty and wisdom. You lean closer, your breath slowing, drawn into the exquisite detail of the illuminated script. The tiny, perfectly formed letters, meticulously hand-scribed in black and red ink, are a marvel of calligraphic precision. Around them, delicate borders of intertwining vines, mythical creatures, and tiny, vibrant flowers frame the text, each one a miniature work of art. You trace the faint, almost imperceptible texture of the vellum with your gaze, noticing how the pigments, perhaps ground lapis lazuli for blue or cinnabar for red, sit slightly raised on the surface, catching the soft lamplight with a subtle, ethereal glow. The faint scent of aged parchment, now warmed slightly by your proximity, becomes more pronounced. A comforting, earthy aroma that speaks of forgotten hands and countless hours of patient work. Your eyes linger on a particularly intricate initial letter, perhaps A, Q, or an M, transformed into a miniature scene with tiny figures or fantastical beasts. The gold leaf, applied with astonishing skill centuries ago, still gleams with a soft, burnished luster, reflecting the ambient light in subtle, shifting patterns. You imagine the scribe, bent over this very page by the flickering light of a candle, his hands steady, his concentration absolute, pouring his devotion into every stroke, every dot of color. The profound quiet of the library enfolds you, enhancing this sense of connection to the past, to the enduring human desire to create and preserve beauty. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling your chest expand and contract against the soft leather of the armchair, the rhythmic rise and fall of your breath synchronizing with the profound stillness of the room. The cool, still air, the faint scent of aged parchment, and the intricate artistry of forgotten scribes under soft lamplight all combine to create a deeply soothing, almost hypnotic rhythm. Your mind, previously engaged with the details of the illuminations, now begins to drift, softening, allowing thoughts to disperse like wisps of ancient incense in the quiet air. There is no urgency, no demand, only the tranquil contemplation of this timeless beauty, a silent, awe-inspiring presence. You lean back slightly, allowing the plush leather cushions to cradle you, your gaze sweeping across the open pages once more. The vibrant colors, the delicate script, the intricate borders, all blend into a harmonious tableau of human creativity and devotion. The soft lamplight continues to bathe the manuscript, highlighting its enduring beauty, inviting a deeper sense of contemplation. The library remains utterly silent, filled only with the soft, luminous glow and the quiet presence of this ancient treasure. You gently close the heavy leather cover of the ancient illuminated manuscript, its rich, dark surface settling with a soft, dry creak, a sound like ancient wood whispering secrets. The intricate artistry of forgotten scribes, which filled the delicate pages under soft lamplight, now recedes into memory, leaving behind a profound sense of timeless beauty. You carefully place the treasured volume back onto its velvet cushion on the polished oak reading table, feeling its comforting weight, a subtle closure to the journey through history. You rise slowly from the deep, comfortable leather armchair, its plush cushions reluctantly releasing your form with a soft, hushed whisper of fabric. The faint scent of aged parchment and ancient ink slowly dissipates as you move away from the table. Your soft shoes sink into the thick, deep pile carpet that covers the polished wooden floor, silencing your every step as you leave the library, a profound sense of hush accompanying you. The soft lamplight, which illuminated the manuscript, gently recedes behind you, leaving the grand corridors of your estate bathed in the profound shadows of deep night. You move with unhurried grace through the hushed hallways, your bare feet finding the cool, smooth, polished marble floor, a familiar, grounding sensation beneath your soles. The air here is cooler, still, carrying the faint, clean scent of old stone, polished wood, and a subtle, almost imperceptible hint of distant night-blooming jasmine, a gentle perfume that guides your path. The silence is absolute, a deep, pervasive quiet that absorbs every potential sound, creating a tranquil passage through the sleeping estate. Each deliberate step is slow, balanced, allowing the mind to clear and settle into the profound stillness of the moment. Your path leads you to a secluded chamber, a space specifically designed for quiet contemplation and deep rest. As you approach the heavy, unassuming door, crafted from pale, unadorned wood, you feel a subtle shift in the air, a hint of the contained serenity within. You push the door open with a deliberate, gentle touch, and it yields slowly inward with a soft, deep soothe that is quickly absorbed by the profound quiet of the interior. You step across the threshold into a room that is almost entirely dark, bathed only in the faintest, most ethereal glow from an unseen, distant source. A soft, deep indigo that speaks of profound night. You move towards the center of the room, your footsteps hushed by the thick, plush wool rug that covers the cool, polished concrete floor. The air within is perfectly still, temperature controlled, and infused with a delicate, calming aroma, a subtle blend of sandalwood and a faint, clean hint of linen, designed to soothe and prepare the mind for deep meditation. In the center, a low, wide cushion, upholstered in a soft, natural linen, awaits. Its presence is an invitation to stillness, to a final, gentle surrender to the deep quiet of the night. You settle onto the cushion, feeling its soft, yielding embrace as it conforms precisely to your form. The natural linen fabric, cool and smooth against your skin, offers a delicate, comforting texture. You arrange your posture with unhurried grace, allowing your spine to lengthen, your shoulders to gently relax, feeling the subtle alignment of your body. Your hands rest lightly on your lap, palms open, feeling the subtle warmth emanating from your own skin, a gentle, internal glow in the deep darkness. You close your eyes, taking a slow, deep breath, inhaling the calming scent of sandalwood, allowing it to permeate your senses. The profound quiet of the room wraps around you completely, a gentle, enveloping cocoon. You focus on your breath, feeling the cool, soft air enter your nostrils. A delicate cools you inhale asterisk, then the warm, gentle exhalation. A slow, cool, cool, cool. Each breath is long, even, almost imperceptible, its rhythm becoming a steady, hypnotic pulse. You rise slowly from the low, wide, meditation cushion, the soft, natural linen fabric whispering gently as it releases your form. The delicate, calming scent of sandalwood, which permeated the secluded chamber, lingers subtly in the cool, still air, a final, grounding aroma from your deep contemplation. Your bare feet find the thick, plush wool rug, absorbing your every movement, each step a silent glide, as you leave the deep quiet of the meditation room. The profound darkness which enveloped you moments ago now seems to deepen further, guiding you towards the promise of utter rest. You move with unhurried grace through the hushed corridors of the estate, your bare feet finding the cool, smooth, polished marble floor, a familiar, grounding sensation beneath your soles. The air here is cool and still, carrying the faint, clean scent of old stone, polished wood, and a subtle, almost imperceptible hint of distant night-blooming jasmine, a gentle perfume that guides your path. The silence is absolute, a deep, pervasive quiet that absorbs every potential sound, creating a tranquil passage through the sleeping estate. Each deliberate step is slow, balanced, allowing the mind to clear and settle into the profound stillness of the moment, a final unburdening before sleep. Your path leads you to your private bedchamber, a sanctuary of quiet repose. As you approach the heavy, dark wood door, its surface smooth and cool to the touch, you feel a subtle shift in the air, a hint of the contained serenity within. You push the door open with a deliberate, gentle touch, and it yields slowly inward, with a soft, deep thud that is quickly absorbed by the profound quiet of the interior. You step across the threshold into a room that is almost entirely dark, bathed only in the faintest, most ethereal glow from a distant, unseen window, a soft, deep indigo that speaks of profound night and the quiet promise of dawn. You move towards the center of the room, your footsteps hushed by the thick plush wool carpet that covers the polished wooden floor. The air within is perfectly still, temperature-controlled, and infused with a delicate, calming aroma, a subtle blend of clean linen and a faint, sweet hint of lavender, designed to soothe and prepare the body for deep sleep. In the center, your magnificent bed, draped in pristine, deep charcoal gray silk sheets, awaits. Its presence is an invitation to surrender, to a final, gentle immersion into profound sleep. The silk gleams faintly in the subtle darkness, a soft, inviting sheen. You approach the bed slowly, your hands lightly touching the cool, smooth surface of the silk. The fabric is exquisitely soft, a luxurious caress that promises unparalleled comfort. You draw back the heavy silk duvet, its substantial weight moving with a soft, fluid mai-shua fabric, revealing the cool, crisp expanse of the bottom sheet. The sensation of the silk against your fingertips is profoundly delicate, almost imperceptible, yet deeply comforting. The cool air from beneath the covers briefly washes over your face, a refreshing contrast to the ambient warmth of the room. You then sit on the edge of the bed, feeling the soft yielding of the custom mattress beneath you, designed for perfect alignment and luxurious support. The cool silk of the sheet slides effortlessly beneath your legs, a continuous, smooth sensation. You swing your legs onto the bed, allowing your body to recline, feeling the gentle support of the mattress along your spine, from your hips to your shoulders. The cool silk pillows, plump and soft, cradle your head with a delicate, embracing pressure, their smooth surface a comforting presence against your cheek. You pull the heavy silk duvet up, feeling its substantial weight settle over your body, a soft, pervasive warmth that begins to spread from your chest outwards. The cool silk slides over your skin, a continuous, fluid caress that feels both weightless and profoundly secure.